Or do I have to be naked, Billy? Do what you're told.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get a witness. No!
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
It's true. Sometimes I cry.
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 1132. Happy New Year.
Do it live!
We're doing it live. New Year's Eve, 2023.
Happy New Year to everybody in Australia, where Ben and I are originally from.
Happy New Year from the past, future people. Anyone out there right now where it's already 2023, let us know in the chat. If you're from the future, how is the future? I'm wondering, do we have flying cars yet? Have they cloned humans yet? I'm wondering.
Who's come out of the closet in 2023? That's what I want to know.
I walked out of my closet after getting dressed earlier.
You get dressed in the closet?
Sometimes, because my closet is so spacious and lavish. Only, someone like me who only eats Wendy's if they eat fast food, you know, we only have the best.
Yeah, Wendy's is a great fast food.
Yeah.
A lot of people agree. Magicus, who is sickeningly one of the top 10 posters in the Wendy's Discord, and brags about it for some reason, but it's pretty sweet. I haven't destroyed Ben's toilet in the future. I probably will, though.
Have you not destroyed it in the past?
Oh, I have in the past.
Happy New Year, Pescator. Happy New Year, Pescator.
Happy New Year.
So, we this is our Saturday bonus show. I don't know if our New Year's show normally falls on the bonus show. I'm going to put the link in the chat and pin it there if you guys want to help us out. A couple bucks here and there goes a long way. And if you can help us meet our goal, we're going to ring in the new year at least Eastern time.
Yeah.
New York City,
PM.
ball dropping, all that cool stuff.
9 p.m. our time. We'll have to remember that.
9 p.m. our time, so a little less than 3 hours from now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put the tip link in the chat. Doing that now.
Bolo Tai says from the future that the Ohio State has won the national championship.
Oh my God, dude! Don't tease me because they're beating Georgia right now. I don't like to talk weird shit before I've won. I don't like to guarantee victory. I placed a small amount of money on this game, and the odds were against them to win. So if they win, I win more than what I bet.
Do you think Hannibal bet on Georgia since
I don't
the
think
odds
so.
aren't that great?
No, I don't know if he gambles on sports. I was just like, I've only done this a couple times before, and it used to be kind of shady through like websites where you used crypto and shit.
Yeah.
But now, I can just drive to Snoqualmie Casino and make a bet there legit with real money. So I bet $75 that Ohio State will win tonight, and if I win like $160.
And if they lose, you were going to be sad anyways. So
yeah, exactly. Well, for the first time ever today, I wanted Michigan to win because if they both won their games tonight, for the first time ever, they would have played each other in the national championship game and played twice in the same year for the first time ever, which it would have made up for the year they missed in 2020. That was the first time in over 100 years they didn't play each other. Was
Michigan
in 2020.
had to fuck that up.
Yeah, they lost, but actually they played really well. It was pretty unbelievable.
And now
honestly.
if Ohio wins, then you can still like press Michigan about it. So y'all couldn't show up? Why aren't you here? Why aren't you guys here? What
They've
happened?
never played in a national championship game. I think this is their second time in the playoffs. They've never played in the. I don't believe so. Anyway, I'd have to go look. But they're they're doing pretty well right now. I think Georgia's about to score. I think Georgia just scored.
Georgia is not the Dirty Birds, right? Atlanta is the Dirty Birds.
That's in the NFL. The Georgia is the Bulldogs.
What's up with that zebra shirt over there? Is she representing the zebra effect?
No one can see this, so we probably shouldn't be talking about it.
Sorry. There was a woman in the audience.
And I can't play it.
With a zebra shirt, and she was bouncing up and down, and she had like big boobs. But the zebra
They'll do
shirt,
that a lot.
The zebra shirt reminded me of the zebra effect.
There was one time years ago, there was a Florida game, or Florida State, and there was some like girl in the audience that they kept like putting the camera on, and she had like big boobs, and her boobs were like out. Some college girl, and then she ended up getting a job as like a sports correspondent later on because of that. It was really weird.
Boobs
anyway.
are the equivalent of height. Like a woman with big boobs is the same as a tall man. On paper, it really shouldn't amount to anything, but it's like a magical feature.
I think you put too much focus on height.
I don't know.
My height has never held me back ever.
I mean, just imagine if you were 4 inches taller.
You can say that, but you have no verification of that whatsoever.
Your life, I guarantee you.
I guarantee it. I'm tall,
You'd
but
be in
you're
the
not,
future right
you're
now.
not really
if you were
that
4
tall,
inches
Billy.
taller. I'm huge.
You're not, though.
Gigantic.
There's people so much taller than you. There's people over a foot and a half taller than you. You're not really that tall.
Those people don't really exist.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad that you admit that you deny reality. To believe the things that you
defy
believe.
reality.
Okay, I'm like cool, extra cool with reality.
Thank you.
And then I'm like super good at whatever we're talking about.
Exactly. If you were only 4 inches taller, you'd understand.
Okay. I don't think I need to be.
Luke Whitaker says all women say height when mentioning attractiveness. There's reasons for what I say.
all women and they all say it.
I've actually, not only do I know all women, I know all women biblically. I've been with every single woman, which makes things really weird.
Can we
at
get
family
back to the
reunions.
real world now? Thank you. All right. We're going to get into the real world. Here we go.
Disappointing porn says I love a funny guy. I know I'm a triple threat.
I think we should subtract your width from your height. That should be like a common thing that we do.
That would be great if width wasn't also a great feature that women love.
It depends on what the width is made out of.
No, it's not at all.
All right.
I'm like a fuckable squishmallow.
My dad thinks I'm an embarrassment to the family, and I drink too much. And I'd rather sit in my apartment and fucking drink myself to death. Because I'm not going to sit here and be a puppet for my family and be told this is how you're supposed to act. I'm like, but you said I didn't have powers. You mocked me.
Look how perfect it is, too. I think they did the thing where they upload a picture of them to make the face, because you can do that in the new WWE games.
Yeah, they probably did that.
Yeah, it looks a lot like both of them.
They told me I was psychotic. They told me that's just your Asperger's. Kiss my ass, dude.
Hey, that was a clip from American Psycho, right? That's a Christmas movie.
Wants to get to the real world. Plays the intro to DP Scripted's Happy New Year's, beautiful boy Oss.
Beautiful boys. Thank you, Majorly Awesome. Happy New Year's, everybody.
It is the real world.
Really? Fuck you. You don't like being beat up. You don't like it. You don't like it. You don't fucking like it. Then maybe you should
Oh, this is from when he was yelling at the lighter.
fucking
Go against the grain.
Do we have any good Clint? Like, we got some good stuff from Clint, like in documentary form, right? There's been a lot of coverage of Clint.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any good fight clips.
There's no fight clips. Those would be everywhere.
There's a lot of space in this loaf and jug walk-in freezer.
I don't know my own strength. Like, it'd be nice if my family could just be like, hey, you know what? We're proud of our delinquent KingCobraJFS. He's a famous YouTuber. He's doing things for the right reasons. I love my family, but they piss me off.
They got the fucking acid wash jeans.
Who the fuck are you or anyone to judge me?
Clint just kicked his own son in the junk. No,
Ow! On the hard floor.
Power slam.
Fuck you!
To the Boglum.
Fuck you!
Dude, they even got the green stains in the front.
Shit. Fuck you!
You don't have to do that.
You can't hit your son with a chair, dude.
I gotta fucking raise a lunatic. Raise women. And one guns and one violence. So you need to get out. You need to get out. You apparently not that little guy.
Okay. Oh, I love how there's an interview of Sami Zayn going on in the background. They're like, no.
They ran off gingerly. No, you can't power bomb your son, Clint. No! No! Clint, no!
He's like, ah!
Had nothing left. I think that slam caught.
Pescator says Cobe's dad is handling business. This is funny business. You can't beat your kid. Winner, Clint Saunders.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the help of the police department.
Yeah.
You gotta call the cops on your kid.
I tried to trim my devil's
Is this the fucking bizarro world, Mr. Clean?
This was after he shaved his head.
I tried trimming my devil's lock. I did get arrested in Cheyenne.
My freaking dad is intimidated by my YouTube fame. Otherwise, he wouldn't be like, oh my god, you're too drunk. Fuck that. My dad's sitting there like, I want to bond with my son. And I tried.
This is when he was complaining about his dad being like, his dad was like, oh, you're too drunk. You know, we can't go out for your birthday. This is from that rant.
I share my tactical soap with my dad. I let him make wands with me, even though it's my wand business.
For it is his business.
Shit on the whole Cobra demon.
I'll tell you what, like, if I started making and selling wands, I don't think anyone would want to buy them, you know?
Yeah, of course not. Cobes is actually magic.
Oh.
You don't have magical powers, he said.
His dad, can you believe if you had a father that didn't believe in you, I'd beat his ass at the loaf and jug too.
I mean, believe in you what? Like, believe
my
in
wand business and not having magical powers?
Yeah, the not having magical powers thing is the problem.
Yeah, that's a negative Nancy. A dad be getting his ass
That's not just negativity.
I'd say, Papa, you better call the fucking cops.
Fucking loser.
Because this wand's going up your
My
ass.
dad's starting to sound like the fucking YouTube trolls that I deal with.
Yeah, you don't need your dad sounding like
Oh
a
my
YouTube
God,
troll.
could you imagine an argument between him and his dad? He's like, you sound just like my YouTube trolls. And then his dad's like, no, you're lazy. And he's like, I hate being lazy more than I love Ozzy Osbourne.
Do we have access to the police report?
It is out there. and we'll get there. We'll get there. We're working through it.
My dad, I can't even get blackout drunk without being told, you're not good enough. You're too drunk. Really?
Yeah, he didn't say you're not good enough. He says you're too drunk, and he still cares about you and takes care of you. I mean, you know, you're his 31-year-old son. He shouldn't have to still babysit you.
But maybe he has to babysit him because
he doesn't even live in the same city as
because he
him.
babied him so much.
No.
It's a failure as a father.
No,
he was over out there with blue man groups and not being the good dad he needed to be.
That was after he was an adult.
You don't think he was doing blue man group as a?
I love how you
Cobra's
like.
youth?
No, he wasn't. That was like a new thing that
I'm
he
gonna
was
have
doing.
to see his resume and see.
I'm
what
gonna
he
have to
was
say
doing.
the only evidence is that he did it after Billy. I know you're so desperate to defend Cobra in all things.
Just against fights with his dad, same way I defended Shani against her mom.
Yeah, son, I'll take you and celebrate. Who cares how
Yeah,
drunk
Cobras get blackout drunk in peace.
you're too drunk? And I'm over here like, okay, whatever, man. Would it kill my dad to be like, my son's an awesome rock star?
Thank
He's
you.
feeling it right now.
Yeah, it wouldn't kill him.
I'm so proud of
Your
my
dad's
boy.
jealous because you're out here being YouTube famous, and he's still pulling rank at the Blue Man Group.
Would it kill my dad to be like, oh, hey, my son did it. He's the legendary KingCobraJFS.
That's what his dad should be
My dad
saying.
thinks I'm an embarrassment to the family, and I drink too much. I don't expect my family to kiss my ass. Fuck that. I don't expect my family to be like, oh my god, it's the legend.
Is that his Did they they photoshopped him into their family picture?
Yeah, because this is the freaking Thanksgiving photo that he wasn't invited to.
JFS. Okay, fuck all that.
And that's his third cousin over there with the dyed red hair.
Oh, God.
He's like, oh hey, he's getting views. He's famous. That's all I ask. I don't expect my family to worship the ground I walk on. When I show up to my dad or my mom's, I'm just some famous asshole. But you said I didn't have powers. You mocked me and told me I was psychotic and told me that's just your Asperger's. Kiss my ass, dude. You're like, you're too drunk. You want to see you too drunk? I'll show you too drunk.
By the way, I haven't drank in like 30 days, and I drank just now, and I am pretty fucking drunk.
You're Liddy?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, like this stream.
Please
Get
like
us
the
over
stream.
100 likes and then over 1 million likes.
Whoa!
Remember what the fuck I did, to be honest. All I can remember was getting out of my dad's van in Cheyenne at a local.
Why has his dad got a grape van?
And just to stretch my legs and smoke a cigarette from traveling in the car. Next thing you know, I'm in jail.
Yeah, and it...
Like, I was stumbling around the Loaf and Jug parking lots, and I blacked out and didn't even realize what I was doing.
Because your dad kicked you out of the van. It was like, you're crazy, get out of the van, is what happened. Because your dad's the one that called the cops on you.
Is that what the police report says?
Yes, and there's other evidence.
God damn it! Broke my fucking cigarette.
It kind of sounds like the quartering, like, oh, my wife went and got a pizza without me. I'm gonna pee in the basement.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Let him beat your window in.
Yeah.
This is the picture I used for the thumbnail.
Yeah, how you doing? Oh, if you were old enough, I would plow the shit out of that.
If you were old enough.
Yeah, he's got qualifiers. He's just chilling at the Loaf and Jug.
I love, because before Billy realized Cobes got views, he thought he was disgusting and creepy and weird. And I went back and watched an old Actual Mania, one of the early ones, and Billy's like, oh, man, this guy's gross. He's creepy and weird. And then all of a sudden, Billy will defend Cobra no matter what he does, even when he assaults his father.
Oh, especially when he assaults his father. And I think Cobra was only creepy and weird early on because it took a while for him to grow on me. It's like cancer.
Okay.
Ew, Saunders is a creep. Fuck him.
Hey, get out!
You gotta go to work. Get the fuck out the way. Get the fuck out the way. Go!
And frickin' people were trying to get gas, and they were honking their horn, telling me to get the fuck out of the way.
Fuck you.
There's a reason they confiscated the wand.
Yeah, he did
1
not
point
get
for
that back.
Cobes, minus point for his dad. Cops wouldn't give the wand back because it's a deadly weapon.
Special Master, making threats is assault, fucker. Do you know what assault is? Bitch, it is literally, making threats is a form of assault.
Is what form?
It's just assault, right?
I'm not sure. I thought the base level of assault was like spitting.
No,
but I don't know. I don't know the actual. Because see, I don't make threats. Like I make promises, so I don't really know. Kobe did a murder with his fucking magical wand to prove his dad that wands work. His dad thought his wand wasn't real, and look
my
what
dad
happened.
kept on telling me, Josh, calm down. Josh, calm down. He said it was surreal watching it. I felt like the biggest piece of shit.
And what is surreal, if not another word for magic?
By the way, looking it up, yes, making threats is a form of assault. Just looked it up.
What's the form? Is it like a misdemeanor?
Yes, I would say it's
assault?
it's misdemeanor assault because you didn't actually do anything besides make the threat.
I get drunk and I black out. I don't get aggressive or violent.
Stupid fucking piece of shit.
So you have to make a. You could face criminal charges for assault if it can be proven that you made a threat of violence and had the ability or intent to see it through.
And most people do.
You may also face charges for written threats. So, what do you think the threats were? Did it say in the police report?
I mean, he wasn't charged with assault. He was just charged with public intoxication. So who knows? But his dad didn't. It was a situation where his dad thought he couldn't handle it on his own without calling the cops on his son, which means, I mean,
There's
that's
a
something.
felony. There's a felony class offense for practicing dark magic while intoxicated.
Fuck you. Oh, it's. Fuck you.
I love this meltdown. It's the greatest. I think that might be the wand that was confiscated. Either that or it's the one that was snapped in half.
Tell me they didn't take the fucking black bolt, green bolt.
Dude, it's tied now. Fuck.
You're talking about Ohio?
Yeah, it's tied now.
Ohio's got way less total yards.
Yep.
Tell your dad.
You're my sweet boys.
Happy New Year, Honest
Happy
Red.
New Year.
Thank you for the love and appreciation.
And the police department are a fan of my videos. The cop that
Not in Cheyenne, they're
arrested
not.
me was super patient. She was super polite.
First things first, can you give me your name? I'm Becca. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Josh Saunders.
Okay. Have you taken any drugs tonight? Have you been drinking tonight? You're just super upset?
She was like, hey, Cobra, I'm a fan of your videos, man. Can I get a selfie with you?
Hell yeah.
And when I went into
Not all of this is edited deceptively.
when I went to prison,
Did
they
she not
pretty
take a
much took
selfie with him?
everything. My rings, my spikes. I got it all back, minus my pipe tobacco.
No, I watched the raw version of this video and the she was cool with me and stuff. That's from something
my magic
else.
wand.
Did
but
the
it
cops
is what it
smoke
is.
all of his
When I
fucking
asked
pipe
the
tobacco?
He didn't get it back, so
cop
maybe.
about it, he said, well, you might have lost it when you were at Loaf and Jug or whatever. But when I asked my dad about it, he said, well, the cops took it, and it's probably...
Maybe they gave it back to his
in
dad,
the,
and his dad just like threw it away or
police
something. It
department
was like,
vault
sorry,
somewhere.
it's in their vault.
It
That
is
sounds-
what it is.
Dude.
But honestly, going to jail was honestly a wake-up call for me, you know.
Here's the thing, though. He didn't have to go to jail. He chose to go to jail.
Yeah, because he has to fucking tell his father his father's not in control.
Well, like, no. What I mean is, after his dad left, the cops were just going to take him to, like, this, like, place where they take, like, people who are having, like, mental crises to, like, sit it out and calm down. But that place, they told his dad they were going to take him there. But after his dad left him with the police tried to call it in, and they're like, we don't have any room for him. So they were like, hey, you can either go to the hospital or we can put you under arrest and take you to jail. And most people would be like, go to the hospital. You know what I mean?
You can't consent when you're that drunk. Those cops took advantage of him.
He had a choice.
Well, no, you don't really have a choice when you're that intoxicated. That's what the whole date rape thing is about.
Oh
Those
my
cops
God.
took advantage of him.
You will defend anything he does. Why is it?
If you're ever too intoxicated to consent, I think that's fair for sexual intercourse or choosing to go to
This is
jail.
a totally different situation. You're taking two things that are not even comparable.
It sounds very predatory to me. These police officers making one promise
So what is
and
it
then
about
switching
King
it up last
Cobra that
minute?
makes you want to defend everything he does?
Him and I are both practitioners of the dark arts.
Okay, so nothing.
At first, I didn't realize what the fuck I did. And what did I do to entertain myself? Seems how I didn't have technology. I pretty much fucked with people. There was this other dude across the across the hall from me.
Oh no!
And I kept on doing shit like, "Hello, Clarice," and then telling obnoxious Christmas jokes as loud as I could just to make the police officers laugh their asses off. You know, dumb shit like that. And they would not let me out.
So it was heating issues, the place they tried to take him. There was, like, the heater, the place that was keeping that warm was broken, so they couldn't take him in there. So they were like, jail or hospital. I had a friend that slipped away from my other friends when he was on LSD and was faced with the same choice. And even, like, at that point, when he was faced with that choice, even, like, out of his mind on LSD, not even knowing where he was, he still said the hospital. And then later on, he pulled the IV out of his arm and ran off.
Cobes knows where the party's
I
at.
blew complete zeros.
Oh no. That's fucked up because his EOC number is complete zeros.
Oh my God.
Can't be
dude.
identified.
Got ranch in my goatee.
There was this dude.
Got ranch in my...
No!
Across from me on the other side of the hallway, just telling me to shut up and just trying as hard as he can to start shit with me.
No, Zoey, he wouldn't get a hospital bill because of his income status and his Social Security. He gets Medicaid. So, like, no, he wouldn't have this crazy hospital bill from going to the jail or for going to the hospital.
I pretty much told him to fuck off. You know, this dude was saying, "You look like a sex offender and you have no friends."
Dude, you better
And
tell
I
him.
said, "Dude, I hate sickos
Thank you.
more than I love Ozzy Osbourne."
Man's
And
gotta
then I
know.
told him, I says, "Your mom's a sex offender." And then I told him, I said, "Dude, I'm a famous YouTuber with almost 50,000 subscribers. Yeah, I'm part of the Alcoholics Anonymous 307. Word up, motherfucker. We drink alcohol and don't give a shit." And on top of that, I'd already had my clothes on.
I love that.
My hats, and I was getting the fuck out of there. So I wasn't going to do shit to make me have to stay any longer.
That's the last thing you need to do.
As far as I was concerned, I'm like, "Fuck you, asshole. I'm getting out of here." So you
Hold on. Why did they do that with that hand? Your thumb would be on the inside. That hand is backwards.
Let's throw this video away. It's
All right.
trash.
Or hold on.
How
no,
could they do that?
Hold on. No. It's on the outside. But
Keep
that
the
looks,
video.
It looks back. It just looks really weird. I don't know.
have fun being in the tank.
This, I've used this shit for thumbnails.
And when I got out of jail, there was a bell tower down the street going off on Saturday.
That's how you know it's a
And then
king's
a bunch of crows
journey.
and a raven were flying over my head.
That's how you know he made the right choice.
It was majestic, to say the least. But honestly, that was my wake-up call to cut down on my drinking, you know? In fact, on Sunday...
Someone's like, "Ben, you're drunk. Give me your keys. I'm at home. I'm not driving." So I can get as drunk as I want.
I swear to God, Ben, if I have to take you to the Loaf and Jug tonight,
do we have to drive all the way to Wyoming to go to the Loaf and Jug?
You better leave the wand at home.
At Christmas dinner, when I had it with my family here in town, a family friend brought over some delicious scotch.
What is
I'm not going to give his name, but I proved to my dad that, I can cut down on my drinking.
What is this here?
If you want to count my drinks that I had at Christmas dinner on Sunday, I literally had 2. That was it. I had a Jack and Coke, classic.
Yeah, it's a classic.
And then I had a small taste.
I lost 10 pounds this month, and tonight I'm gaining them all back.
You didn't drink for a month.
Yeah.
And-
that wasn't the only reason I lost 10 pounds. Like, I was working out every day.
And you started drinking today. You probably have a very low tolerance. Like it probably reset your whole tolerance, huh?
Not completely, but yeah, it's less than it was before.
The scotch that he brought over.
That I was laughing the other day because you were like episode 1111. I don't even remember saying this, but I had the awareness that I was blacked out. Where I was like, I'm probably blacked out right now.
Yeah.
For me to say that, like that level of awareness is unbelievable.
I was pretty sure you were too. And then when you confirmed that you didn't remember that, it was. I was like, it's actually kind of impressive.
Like, what the fuck?
And my dad's words, hey, man, that took real strength. I'm proud of you, Josh. So the 2 things I'm going to do in my life, YouTube, to better myself is to slow down on my drinking and to seek some therapy, even though therapy is a waste of time.
Bullshit!
Bullshit!
Bullshit, 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 bullshit! Bullshit! Bullshit, 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 bullshit!
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 I do think the quality of therapy that Cobra would find in Wyoming is probably a waste of time for what he actually needs.
That's not true.
I think he needs like a real specialist, out-of-state specialist.
Well, I don't know why you think just because his state is some backwoods state that like they don't have qualified people.
Because he's probably not going to be able to find them. It's going to take a long time.
He lives in the largest city in his entire state, if it exists there.
Is that the largest?
Yeah.
Nice.
Casper is the largest city in
Metropolis, Wyoming Metropolis.
Yeah. So if there are specialists, like if there's a niche. Oh, second. People are saying second. So second largest city.
Yeah,
in the state.
I thought there was
Cheyenne
a
is
one.
the biggest.
I don't think Cheyenne is. No. I'd have to look at the Wyomings. I don't spend a lot of time in Wyomings.
Yeah, Cheyenne's the capital. So, but yeah, I would think they have. If there's like a space to fill, people in that field will find a place to fill.
Bullshit!
Therapy is a waste of time. I'm far too intelligent for that shit.
I mean, the guys.
And for Love You Copes, please make more wands. I want one.
The guy's probably had experience with therapy,
money.
and he probably had a bad therapist.
I'm not assuming anything. Like, who knows?
Young Cobes is far too intelligent for bad therapists. He needs a good one.
I like how you put the bad
dude.
on. Yeah.
He's a good therapist. Then his mind will change.
I don't think just because they're within the state lines of his state, they're objectively a bad therapist.
I think finding a therapist in any region is tough.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir here because I've been through tons of them.
Yeah,
I told you about one of my most recent ones. Not that he was a bad therapist; he just had this crazy history.
That was an interesting story for sure. That guy's life, like probably had a movie made about it, something like that. You know,
not
like,
that I'm aware of.
Like a Lifetime movie.
You
or
could
something.
make a movie about
It's
it.
that type of story, though.
But he doesn't remember it, so it can't. Like maybe someday he'll remember it and sell the movie, right?
15. Hold up. How much is that? I can't do math off the top of my head like that. Because, like I said, I'm far too intelligent for therapy.
He's intelligent enough to know that he can't do math off the top of his head like that. That's true intelligence. True intelligence is knowing your limits.
That's more knowledge than intelligence.
True intelligence is knowing your limits.
No, there's a difference between knowledge and intelligence, and that's more knowledge.
And like nobody gives a shit about my stupid fucking videos.
Wonderful. All right, we got another one here.
Back to the issues.
Math isn't true intelligence, then why is it on an IQ test, Teddy?
Okay, check this out, guys. Imagine you're looking upwards in Cobra's lap, okay? You're in the middle of his legs, staring upwards, and there's two goddesses, one on one side pouring a Bud Light into the one side of his hat, the other on the other side pouring a Monster Energy into the other side of his hat, and you in the middle staring up between his legs are just taking a fountain of pouring drink combo out of the front lip of that hat. Just fountaining the mixture coming off that hat straight into your face as you're staring up from Cobra's lap. That's the ultimate drink combo right there.
But it's badass YouTuber King Cobra back at it. Ryan, thank you for your $1 holler to Cash App. Now, if you want a shout out on the live video, donate to Cash App or PayPal, and I'll give you a shout out. Hope you are doing fantastic.
Teddy Rubskin says Einstein said he was bad at math. Edison was terrible at math. Steve Jobs was anti-math. Those are just anecdotes because I am really great at math. And I can do math in my head. So like some geniuses are different than others.
It is a Tuesday.
It's Thursday. But that's okay.
Now, there's a video.
Saturday? Oh, it was Thursday that day?
We'll check PayPal and Cash App after a bit, but we're not here to make money. We're here to entertain the fans and change the world. Now, I have just 2 beers left, and that's enough. I am actually cutting back on my drinking, believe it or not.
Someone needs to buy Cobes a tri-corner hat because he gets like a cowboy hat and tries to turn it into a tri-corner hat where hats in the style he wants already exist and he doesn't have to like fold his hat all weird like this and make it get all weird.
People don't see it off camera, but
Would it
that's
be
all right.
Cobes if it didn't look like it, like what he's wearing had been through some shit though? Like it always looks like his clothes have seen some shit.
Yeah, I think he could change a minute detail about him and still be the same person.
I would say Cobra's style is gothic war torn.
I can there was a time where I wore Jankos, and when I stopped wearing Jankos, I was still me. So yes, he could still be Cobes and change this minute fashion faux pas that he is adhering to.
You know. But we're going to have one because gender relations they kind of make you want to drink a little bit. So Greta Thunberg was tweeted at by...
Yeah, we're down by 3 now.
What's his name? Andrew Tate. About his bitchin' car. And she fired back with some cheeky bullshit comment, and we'll get into it. Now, Greta Thunberg is autistic like myself, so because she is a fellow autistic, I'm going to be nice and explain this as nicely as I possibly can. So apparently Greta Thunberg wasn't too pleased with Andrew Tate's car. She says, yeah,
used to change an oil
please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. I'm like, okay, who fucking cares if it's a snarky tweet about his car? How does it personally affect you?
I love he's taken like Andrew Tate's side in this.
The women could crap on us for our dick size, and nobody calls out the hypocrisy because y'all want to get laid.
This is
y'all
a Cobra
want your
take.
Tiny ass dick sucked.
This is a Cobra take on Cobra Tate.
And you agree with it, right?
100%, yes.
Hypocrisy.
It's hypocrisy.
That plus we
women
overly sexualize
can make fun of
and
men's
to the
little
point,
dicks
women
all
do
day
not
long.
have-
But the second we make fun of a woman's little dick, we go to jail?
You go to jail.
Try that hard to get laid. Basic female grooming and a t-shirt and jeans. Most men aren't that picky, to be honest. All they got to do is show up and say yes. if men try pulling that crap, what do you bring to the table?
Any man who can afford to be picky will be picky. Most men just can't afford to be picky. That's the difference. Women can afford to be picky. There's tons of men that would carve little fucking initials into a tree for women. Okay? There's very few women that would allow their initials to be carved into a tree with another man.
Thank you, guys. Let's start a tip train, by the way. I lived in this weird town where women couldn't afford to be picky.
That's pretty special.
The gender ratio was 3 women to every 1 man in this town.
What town is that?
Bowling Green, Ohio.
You got to move Cobes there.
It's a college town where most, like, during the school year, the majority, the weird, like, demographics shifts to 25 to 18. Like, the majority of the people in the town are that age.
We got to get Cobes a flat in Bowling Green.
It used to be an all-women's school at one point, over 100 years ago. But there's still like mostly women who go to school there. It's really weird.
The lines in the bathroom must be ridiculous.
First of all, we got to stop putting so much pressure on sex.
There's like every direction you walk, there's a bar within a mile of it. I lived like a block away from the nearest bar. They're everywhere in that town. And the weird thing is Bowling Green is almost the size of Casper, Wyoming. Almost.
Okay.
It's not a town you want to be in when a tornado rolls through, though. Flat as fuck.
Stu Deb says guys who can afford to be picky rarely are. Stu Deb, you think they're rarely picky. They're just not picking.
What are they picky for?
They're still picking through. They're just not picking one, right? They're being picky because they're not settling.
It's a want. Rape culture would happen a lot less if people had my mindset.
You got the lead again, motherfuckers.
It'll happen when it happens. Ignore society pressuring you to have sex.
I love this. No one's pressuring Cobes to have sex.
The weather we're seeing in today's society.
The audience is picking on him.
You always do this though,
because they are picking. They're using the dry spell
against him. You're not buying
him.
into this. If this was anyone else, you wouldn't. You'd be like, well, ignore the people that do that.
Remember when I started defending Christine Weston Chandler after a while too? Like I used to.
You will. If anyone gets attacked enough, even if they're like totally in the wrong, you will defend them.
Yeah, because at some point, like the pig pile gets more disgusting than the person that's being piled on.
There's layers of that. Like
there's
the
a
people
reason
at the surface level of it aren't more disgusting. It's the people that take it to like a weird level. It doesn't negate the people who are reasonably criticizing.
I think at a certain point, though, it gets more disgusting than the actual.
I think
disgusting
you get
person
bored
themselves.
and you want to like take another position because you're bored.
I don't even think it's about being bored. It's
I
just,
think it
there's,
is.
There's
just
more,
as a casual observer.
I'm not a casual participant, right? I'm a
no,
professional
you're just
participant.
sitting next to me like
I'm a professional
hours and
participant
hours
in
and
Cobra's
hours.
life.
And that's my take on it.
I do pressure Cobes into having sex on
I
his
think you
red.
find it more interesting to take the other side after you've realized arguing one side of it only goes one way. You'll pick the other side eventually.
You kind of have to at some point.
No, you don't.
You really do.
You have to.
Anybody with
don't
depth,
say you have to.
Anybody
you
with
have
depth
to. No,
can't look at something.
Okay,
they can't look at something so many times.
It's a you thing, and other people share it too. But that's just your thing.
You can't look at like the same thing 1,000 times, it not change, and then you not change, right? If you don't change after watching the same thing 1,000 times because it didn't change, then like you are now left in the past. It's all about growth.
Okay.
Society is whether we would be seeing like 50 to 100 years from now if we didn't have as much pollution. But that's for a different video.
Honest Red says, if I make fun of your little dick energy, it's not targeting your actual dick. 100% true. 100% true. And a lot of people that have little dick energy, they might have huge dicks, but like it doesn't really actually even matter because there's tons of women on women relationships where there's no dick involved, and they're just as valid as these pathetic male women relationships that only exist because because society rewards man on woman sensuality. You know how many people get coupled up because they don't know what to do without somebody else in their life? It's rough out there.
No shit. I'm a MGTOW feminist, so I fight for both sides.
That's a genius take.
I'm a Zionist Nazi.
I'm a MGTOW feminist.
You know? During my dry spell, I started examining things like why I'm having a hard time with the dating scene. Jeez. And the two biggest reasons are, one, my nasty temper, and two, Casper dating scene sucks balls. So I just said to myself, I'm going to work on my temper. And I've actually gotten 1,000 times better at controlling it. You know, learning to control my temper and have more confidence in myself would be a really good start. So I've already learned how to control my temper, and now I just got to learn how to, you know. I do have confidence in myself at times, but I don't want to be so confident it comes off as super narcissistic.
See, Cobes.
Furthermore, it's
Cobes
like
understands.
There's a war in Ukraine. There were children dying of AIDS and starvation in Africa, but you're throwing a fit on Twitter because you got this autistic chick, you know, going off on Andrew Tate because he's being a prat about the whole, you know, that's not like, okay, if you want to show off your car, you like, check out my Bugatti. Look, I woke up in a Bugatti. You know that one song.
What?
And yeah, I made a reference. Ease up, Cobra. Speaking of cars, hit the brakes. A little too far, man. No, it's not too far. You know, men are being called pigs, which in my opinion is equally as degrading.
As what?
You know, literally it's the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. And there were chicks who were into cars, and I'm like, yeah.
Very rarely does the golden rule ever really exist. It's a fucking fallacy.
Oh, it was an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth forever. And I mean, I would say basic human nature is the same.
The golden rule is indoctrinated in our children so that they can be taken advantage of easier by the wolves. It's the reason they teach it in public school and not private school.
Even if your cars are not.
No, I was taught the golden rule in private school.
Catholic is different.
No, that's private school, dude.
But it's different than it's a Catholic private school is different than one of the those charter private schools, one of those like non-denominational. Because Catholic is all about guilt. Like it's the fundamentals of Catholicism are built on guilt. The Catholic guilt is like the one superpower the Catholics have.
Okay, whatever, dude.
Not your thing. That's cool. You know, me, myself, I love cars. They're amazing. I have a couple favorites. Model Ts being one of them. Picture this. You and your girlfriend are cuddled up on the couch.
Cobes in a Model T would be dope.
They teach the golden rule in all schools, pretty much.
You're playing some Mortal Kombat. She rips a cute little fart. And you're like, nice one, babe. So, of course, you being the macho man, you're like, fuck it. You're at that point in the relationship where you can fart around each other and it's comfortable, and you know, so you let out a louder fart. Oh, by golly, she's not going to be outdone by a man. So like a bunch of overgrown children, you get into a farting contest, which ends with you shitting your pants.
Does this really happen?
This is his fact.
Have you been in a farting contest where you ended up shitting your pants?
I've been in farting contests with girls.
And you did end up shitting your pants?
Didn't shit my pants.
Okay.
I've shat my pants.
Yeah,
I've shat my pants.
I know that.
I've farted in front of girls. I've never went this far.
You always held together in front of girls. The shitting
Almost always.
Have you been in farting contests with no girls involved where you shit your pants?
I don't know if it was a I think most farting contests. I think most farting contests have not resulted in pants trashing. But like, I remember one night I was on a date and I had eaten. I got food poisoning, but didn't know it yet. And I was at the bar with this girl, and
oh my god,
like things were going obviously really well, but I'm like starting to fart really bad. And I'm like, hey, I have to go to the bathroom. And I go to the bathroom and I start like destroying my guts. It was terrible. I was food poisoned. I ate some General Tso's chicken at dinner earlier that night. And
that makes some of the worst shits ever. Chinese food.
It was. I had gotten word from the kitchen because I knew the place really well that they had a freezer out, like a refrigerator out that week.
You had food poisoning?
Yeah, I got food poisoning from a restaurant. And I'm sitting with her, and like I go to the bathroom, and I'm like sick. And I go back out of the bathroom. And I was like, hey, I gotta leave right now. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, sorry, I just gotta go. And I left. And I went home and I passed out. And I woke up in the middle of the night. I woke up to myself vomiting and diarrhea at the same time.
That sucks, waking up vomiting, because I've done that before, because you almost choke on it.
I woke up with both ends active. As I woke up, I'm like...
You're finger cuffing it?
Yeah, it was so bad. It was one of the worst feelings I think I've ever... Like, it was bad because it was like... It was painful, it was sick, it was gross, but also mentally, you're like waking up to this, right? Mentally, you're like, what's going on with my body? It was terrible.
Yeah, that happened to me when I was a little kid with Cheez-Its. I ate a whole bunch of Cheez-Its and woke up like throwing up Cheez-Its everywhere, and then fell back asleep.
Happy New Year 2023.
Cheers!
I hope this year is better. I love you guys.
Thank you, Thank you, Jess, bro. We appreciate it, and thank you for your contributions to Actual Mania and everything.
Get the tip train going. I have to pee really bad.
Go ahead.
So
surprisingly, I can still eat Cheez-Its, though, is the moral of the story.
How good they are.
Yeah, they're that good. Hey, newsflash, people. I'm not just going to agree with what Billy says when I don't agree with what he says, and we're going to argue about it. If you can't handle it, then you're a little too sensitive about it, because I'm not just going to be like, yeah, okay, Cobra right all the time about everything. You might just not be able to handle someone disagreeing with certain people. I don't know what it is. It's weird. We're allowed to argue. That's what this show has always been about. So deal with it. Agree with whoever you want to. Don't make passive aggressive like, oh, I wonder why that's happening garbage. It's fucking stupid. Okay? All right. Like the stream, everybody. And let me put myself on full screen. All right. I've had one eye on college football this whole time. The shit convo killed chat. Yeah, you know, I just rolled with the shit convo. I don't know what to do. Where's Jeff at? He's starving because he can't afford fast food anymore. That's what. He couldn't figure out what else he could eat, and he starved because he thought fast food should be something he could eat. All right. Damn, that was the fastest shit ever.
I just had to pee.
Oh.
Because you, the man, had to prove the woman wrong. And fighting with the woman doesn't really get you anything in life except no sex, and she's mad at you. Hey, babe, you want to cuddle? Fuck you, asshole. Oh, shit. Bite my head off, why don't you? It's what it is. If you got like some 900-pound chick who's trying to score a man and a dude politely rejects her, he's a fucking hypocrite asshole who can't handle a strong woman and he's body shaming. But that chick's going after the dude with like the 6-pack abs, who's like 6'9", 7 feet tall with like a fucking 9.5-inch dick when he gets hard. You know, even if like morbidly obese chicks are not my thing, I'm not gonna be a dick about it and bully them for being fat because I got a bit of a gut, especially when I hit this stuff. But Greta Thunberg making comments, you know, if this were fucking gender reversed, dude. Excuse me. And if you want to smell sexy for the adult women in your life, you got to check out Tactical Soap. Link, description box
I like how
below.
Cobes is saying if this was gender reversed. And there's probably some sort of, like, valid statement to be made there. But Cobra Tate called her out, got a response, and then responded horribly to it. Like, that was just bad.
With coupon code King Cobra, you'll get 15% off. Whenever I wear my Tactical Soap products, I've heard women say, shit, Josh doesn't realize how sexy he smells. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Women don't have to try that hard to make a man horny. They really don't. They show off a little bit of cleavage, put on some perfume, you know. You know what I'm saying? Women are desired sexually more than men are. That's just a fact. And that's why a lot of women are against the idea of having a little cheat code of our own, so to speak. But as long as you're a gentleman about it, I see nothing wrong with it. A true Tactical Soap gentleman will rock the soap and wait patiently. And that's what I do. You know? It's like every time she smells the soap on me, it's automatically
Tactical Soap. Wait patiently.
Associated with
That should
all
be
the other
the
good stuff that I
slogan.
do. Fighting for female equality as well as men's rights, too. You don't need some shitty pickup line like, hey, you like Harry Potter? You want to see my basilisk? What's your favorite Hogwarts house? Slytherin? Can I slither into your
Hey, you like
DMs?
Harry Potter? Do you want to see my Hogwarts?
You know what I'm saying? I've seen pheromone colognes where they charge like hundreds of dollars for this tiny little bottle. And it's like, dude, you can get the pheromone products for way cheaper.
Cobra
And I
should make his
guarantee
own
you-
pheromone soap. Like, he just rinses his fucking dirty-ass clothes into the vat of soap and makes these stink bars. That'd be so...
Stink bars?
These stink bars with his pheromones in them. That'd be golden.
I can go into detail, but I'm not gonna. I just know it works. Women like the way it smells, and that's why I wear it. Plain and simple. Trust me, I've been rejected by every chick I've liked since the 4th grade. Every girl I've liked just told me no, and it hurts. But I get over it because I got all these amazing fangirls that even if they don't fuck me, they still watch my videos because I fight for the right causes.
Even
And
if
that's
they don't
better than
fuck him.
nothing.
Hey yo, Cobra
You know?
is the real top G. Just look how alpha hyper masculine he is. This is why all he needs is Tactical Soap. Women can smell the inner man. Cobra oozes machismo.
Machismo.
He oozes machismo.
He's Asperger's with the top G in the middle.
So when you take somebody who's had like the worst luck with women getting results, even if it's just, ooh, that dude smells good.
That's not results.
You know, I'm telling you, dude, Tactical Soap rules. Got like 2 cigarettes left. But
He does
that's all
get paid, though. That's one of his few kind of hustles. So
I heard he got a lot of donos after the Danny Brown comment. Or the Danny Brown commentary drove in
Which
some
is
good
good.
monies.
I'm not against that. Like, it's good. And he, of all the people we really talk about on the show, he's probably the most kind-hearted of them all.
Zoey in the chat says, I think Billy should just hire Cobes a lady of the night and let Cobes think he got her on her own. Honestly, that would be the last-ditch effort. If I was hanging out with Cobes for like 1 week, near the end of the week, I would do that. We'd try. There'd be multiple steps to get to that point. But now with Danny Brown shining some light on Cobes, I think Cobes' dry spell might end just because of the attention. There's got to be some little fangirl juggalette girls out in Wyoming.
If Cobes put a little more effort into it, it would already have been over.
Of course. The man is a walking bonfire.
He's not like he could make it happen. I mean, without going into detail of like the level of difficulty, he could make it happen. Like, what the question is, what are his standards? Like, does he have too high of standards?
It's there's definitely girls out there for Cobra's
He was cool with Gothy, so at that point,
he'd be fine.
Yeah.
But he's kind of caught up in an unfortunate lack of social connection. He's gotten his social world online in his house, in his chair.
That is a problem.
And that really cuts out the potential. If a girl wants to travel to Wyoming, like the type of girl that would be with Cobes probably wouldn't be able to get there that easily.
Gucci's is on the fence about him, Teddy. Like,
Gucci's is down.
We've talked to Gucci's, and she
keeps getting in and out of relationships, so she can't say yes when she's in a relationship with Chicken, when she's in a relationship with the AK.
The Chicken thing was
get a haircut.
doomed
Any good ranch girl will take the redneck kind.
Yeah, a good ranch girl, a Hidden Valley ranch girl.
Tobacco I have to my name at the moment, but that's all right. And handlers, I hate that fucking word. Just because you're autistic, you need someone to handle you like you're some wild, untamed animal who belongs in a fucking cage for everyone to gawk at. Fuck off. You know, I would prefer the word caregiver. I know people who are retarded. Let's just call it what it is. And I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm allowed to use that word because I have autism.
He reminds me of a bunch of people I knew in Toledo, honestly. Like, he is I knew a bunch of people that would hang out at the bars that even looked and dressed like him. It's interesting.
Were they?
If you don't have any
internet superstars?
No, they were just like Midwesterner, like gothic bad boys.
anything wrong with you mentally or physically in that department, you should be allowed to use it. Sorry, but that's how I feel. It's almost New Year's. Excuse me. $6.19 in PayPal. Sweet. Yeah, man, y'all want a shout out? Hit me up on PayPal or Cash App and I'll give you a shout out. Fairly new to your channel, but big fan, not a troll. Why are these guys call you Dad Papa Nips? Also, what the fuck is a boglum? I have no fucking idea, dude. People are just retarded, obsessed with me. No idea.
How about we fly to Japan and stream snipe Ice Poseidon?
That sounds horrible.
Why not?
I don't really.
You don't have a passport.
If I go to Japan, it's not going to be to stream snipe Ice Poseidon.
No, I was joking. Like, who gives a fuck?
See what the fuck a boglum is. It's just, I don't know. People are fucking stupid, dude. So I say ignore them. Oh, look at that. That is just beautiful. We got some money in the Cash App. Jerry, thank you for your $2.50. Shout out to the Of Age Goth Femboys. Satan bless. Yeah, shout out to Satan bless. No judgment, man. As long as you're honest with that.
Thank
People
you,
who are
Chesh,
autistic,
for
they
moderating.
get benefits and shit. Al Key, thank you for your $1. I'm praying for your teeth issues to resolve soon.
We should just have slow mode on all the time in this chat.
You think so?
Like 15 seconds.
Most of the time, it's not a factor, but right now...
15 seconds, I think, is fine. If
Okay.
people are chatting more than 15 seconds at a time, they need to chill. Or even 10 seconds.
I'm doing 10.
Yeah. And my favorite thing about slow mode is it encourages people to say what the fuck they mean each time.
Well, back in the day, we had to have slow mode on.
Yeah.
You know?
I keep slow mode on in my YouTube chat all the time.
Well, I appreciate your input. Slow mode is now
Issues,
on.
bud.
There you go. If you guys want to type fast, go type in the fan chat. $1 patrons.
No
and
slow
above.
mode there.
No slow mode at all.
I'm literally stealing money out of my bully's pockets at this point. I don't think that's how bullying's supposed to work. Ouch.
Ouch. Sincere Yellow Stabby says, Billy, you have slow mode in your brain. I know. It's pretty awesome.
I'll be right back.
As slow as all of you are, it's like my brain goes super speed and allows me to take in your pussy-ass comments and redistribute them in a genius way. I call it hyper speed, but to you it would look like slow mode because you yourself only see the other side of it. I'm like a fucking a Turing test. I'm a 24/7 Turing test with you nobodies in chat. Are you NPCs? Are you bots? Do you exist? I'm constantly processing that information to see if any of you are worth responding to. And every once in a while, pure geniuses in the chat. Pure geniuses. Because I'm running a 24/7 Turing test. What's up, Chesh? How you doing? Good to see you. BC Solo says, Billy, 1v1 in Magic the Gathering. How about you guys all get some decks together for Commander and we run spell table games, 4-player, Commander. Because I don't want to do 1v1. I'm all about the social aspect of Magic the Gathering these days. Get spell table.
I don't mind if you're a Drunken Peasants fan, as long as you are not some sort of sick fuck.
I'm sorry.
Smile.
I'm sorry, Matt M. Garza. I'm some sort of sick fuck. But I'm not the kind that most sick fucks would understand. I'm actually really impressive when you break me apart. I'm like the pearl inside of an oyster. It's beautiful. Rare. Oh, how you guys doing for Happy New Year's? We're all going to be so blessed in 2023. And I know that word is hard to comprehend on an atheist podcast. But when I say blessed, I don't mean blessed by the Lord. I mean blessed by the connection of each other. You're all very blessed to be here with me today. And we're going to be so blessed through 2023. Sincere Yellow Stabby's having internet going down due to snow.
Oh, shit.
You better go make some yellow snow and get that internet back up.
Is that what brings internet back up?
Got pissed that snow away.
Shit. Ever hope someone got stung by a jellyfish just so you could piss on them?
I've definitely set people up for jellyfish stings.
So you could pee on them?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a highly manipulative fellow. Zoey says, I just want to make it very clear I would sacrifice Billy and Ben to end sickos. I hate sickos more than I love the peasants.
Damn.
Tell you what, Zoey, I would best you 100% of the time, and I would become the sicko that takes you out.
By the way, 9-year anniversary of DP coming up in like 2 weeks here.
2 weeks? No, it's like...
What is it, the 5th? Or is it the 9th?
We're on the 31st. It's going to be less than a week away.
Okay.
It's like the 4th, 5th, or 6th, I think.
Yeah, I looked it up. Go back and look at the first DP episode. It was that. I thought it was like the 8th or something. I thought it was like the 2nd week.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. And
Thank you,
Happy New
Egghead.
Year.
Egghead Show! Thank you, Egghead.
Oh, we still winning, everyone. Yes.
I remember being a kid and I had a Britney Spears poster in my fucking room and I'd make out with it. I hadn't had my first kiss yet.
The story of my first kiss, I do remember it fondly. I was ditching PE class and I had a pack of Salem full flavored cigarettes on me.
The green label.
I used to smoke Camel non-filters at one point. So
Were those good?
No.
And about 4 blocks from NC, they had this house that
smoking was honestly so gross. I did it for so long.
I went and sat down.
I smoked Camel Wides too. I see Hawkeye mentioning Wides.
Stoop of the porch. I'm sitting there smoking some cigarettes, listening to Cradle of Filth, you know, not really caring. Well, out of nowhere, these two girls come walking by.
I love, like, these two pictures. His shitty house and the girls that just happen to walk by, they look like this.
Both homeschooled. And they sit down next to me.
They're both homeschooled.
Don't know how it happened, YouTube, but somehow they'd found out that at the time I'd never gotten my first kiss before from a girl. And one of them, even though she already had a boyfriend, she took pity on me, you know what I'm saying? And she let me get my first kiss on the lips, you know what I'm saying? And it was nice, you know, I had this bubble of happiness around me, YouTube. You know, I wish...
A bubble of happiness is a lot like a circle of protection.
Bully in school, to be honest. There's a couple kids that really just needed it. Like this one kid, he didn't annoy me because of his outlook on life. He annoyed the fuck out of me because he wouldn't quit pestering me and my buddies. And the teachers refused to do shit about it. They didn't do shit. But as soon as I started bullying that kid and everybody else that annoyed the fuck out of me, teachers were like, oh, Mr. Saunders, you can't do that. You can't pick on that one kid. He has a mental disability. I'm like, so do I. It's fair game. I can remember when my dad, he was like, you know, that kid's dad bullies him at home. Don't tell him I said this. I'm like, oh, I won't.
Sweet wah. Let's go 2023.
We're not even at 50% yet, guys.
Cheers,
Can you
man,
help
Joe
us out?
Joseph.
Throw us a couple bucks. Link in the chat. $2, $5, whatever you got. Throw it our way. Happy New Year.
I had my fingers crossed behind my back. As soon as I got to school the next day, I made fun of him for it. I was like, well, at least my dad loves me, you fucking fat. He tried laughing it off, but I'm like, I could see it in his eyes. He was like, oh, fuck, that stung a little bit. I had some kids that would hit me in the nuts because they thought it was funny. So one kid did it to me. I got up and I took the chair I was sitting on, smacked him across the head with it. He flew to the floor. I chucked the chair to the side, got on top of the little bastard, UFC style, and just started bam, bam, bam. And do you think kids hit me in the nuts after that? Nope.
Wait a minute.
All right, so we're going to get to the police report now.
Fact check time?
Yeah, I mean, we can take a look and see where this went. I'll have it in just a minute here. So, Billy, what was your highlight of 2022 for you personally?
2022?
Yeah. What was your favorite part? It could be anything. It doesn't have to be on the show. It could be anything.
Probably the meteoric rise of my fame from the Pharma Bro documentary being released.
He's got that crazy shit.
Fluoride knows.
Fluoride,
Martin
yeah.
Shkreli getting out of prison, big deals.
Does he still want to be on the show?
Last I talked to him, which was a few weeks ago.
Could we have him debate Jeff?
Why? Jeff doesn't know shit about any of that.
I don't know.
So
I just want
stupid.
Jeff to debate someone other than me.
It'd be so fucking dumb. It'd be such a waste of fucking energy.
So what would you want to do if we brought Martin on? Like, could there be no opposition to him? Because if we brought him on and
we should bring somebody on who knows what the fuck they're talking about with that.
So who does? Because
no idea.
Because wouldn't, by your understanding of it, anyone who disagrees with him not know what the fuck they're talking about?
No, not at all. Like Jeff doesn't know anything about like that realm, and he oftentimes, like, I don't know if you guys know this about Jeff, but if he drinks a little, he will start speaking in himself into corners, and he'll say terrible things.
Was he doing that with me? I didn't want. I wanted out of it.
I was trying to end that whole thing all night long.
I felt like you wanted to keep going.
No, I was like, guys, I'm going to the bathroom now.
I was like, should we?
And I came back. You guys were doing it again.
No, I was like, should we move on from this? And you were like, no, keep it going. I thought I remember you doing that.
He looks for hills to die on. I definitely tried to break. I was
trying to end it before it even started.
I tried to find reasonable breaking points for everybody to win to get out of the
No, I
the
didn't even
battle?
care about winning. I like before it even started, I was like, I don't want to do this. And he's like, no, if you don't want to do this, you have to hang up on me. And I'm like, what? Like, okay. I don't want to hang up on
Jeff
you.
is a fun guy to joke around and chill with, and when he knows his shit, he knows his shit. But when he doesn't know his shit, it literally becomes hours of bullshit.
But he was arguing something I wasn't even talking about.
Yeah, he was
problem.
lost in the sauce.
Yeah, like I didn't even.
You had said something that was definitely wrong when you said. There was like one thing you had said, and then it like that kept him going.
That
and then
was wrong.
You had like conceded that, but then he had moved on to a whole different conversation point at that point.
What I meant was like poor people don't need fast food. They don't need it. Like fast food.
I mean,
you can buy cheaper food.
Yeah, you can. There's a reason why there's tons of fast food restaurants in poor areas. There's so many arguments Jeff could have made that would have been.
Country, he did a whole investigation about it.
The emergence
Might
of
have
fast food originally was with the emergence of suburbs. It was the people who had to commute to work. 60s, 70s, like when the fast food industry really started rising up. It was that because like on the way to work, they only had so much time to get from the suburbs to the city where they worked, so they could go through a drive-through and get food really quick. It was more about the speed than the price. And yes, they did create like cheaper menus for sure.
But I don't think a Jeff Martin Shkreli debate would be worth anything.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong about that, but I wouldn't subject Martin to that. Martin's time is more valuable than arguing Jeff Holiday about shit that Jeff would.
I don't want to get sued by him too. If
He
we
will
make
sue you too.
I know.
He
Will. Then why do I want to have him on?
I don't think he's sued anybody, has he? He doesn't seem very litigious. Uh-oh, here's the arrest report.
Do you want a glass of bubbly?
I'm not drinking.
Nothing. Okay.
They are not even close to what Cobra described, of course.
The following is a Cheyenne Police Department police report.
What happened, Ben? Are you a burger police now that you've defended the hierarchy of Wendy's? Oh, that's not you. Shit, I thought
Is
there
that
was.
what I look like?
I thought you turned into the burger police here.
Am I Mayor McCheese?
I didn't know.
Here is $20 to open a Wendy's in the middle of the woods.
Okay, worth it. Here's another
I would
thing.
want to open a Marco's Pizza out here. If I could buy a franchise and open it in the Seattle area, Marco's Pizza is what I would open out here.
Have you gone to Donato's at Red Robin yet?
I didn't go there, but I had it delivered, and yeah, it's exactly the same. Donato's wasn't my brand though; that was like a Columbus thing. For me, it was Marco's, and Marco's is now. I think there's Marco's in LA and stuff now. So
for those of you donating,
it's
like
that good.
$20 tonight. I recommend you donate $20.23 to celebrate 2023. And I'm only saying that because then everybody else will want to celebrate 2003 and we'll be rich. I was talking on Twitter about opening up, because it's hard to get branding for a Waffle House. The franchise fees are rough out in the West Coast. They don't really put Waffle Houses out here. So I was thinking about opening up an Awful House and have it be just like a
Awful waffle, like salute your shorts.
All day breakfast and fight club. I think it would be a great business.
Yeah. Whataburger is about to expand into the north. Right now is the time to open a Whataburger.
They're coming up.
Yeah.
Nistia says, did Billy say 3003 or am I losing it? I think you're losing it. But if you'd like to donate $30.03, I won't stop you. I said 2003. I thought I said 2023. I definitely said $20.23.
Anyone that lives in the Atlantic,
Happy New Year.
Hey, that's a Happy New Year.
anyone
Seth.
that lives in the Atlantic time zone watching right now, it's almost New Year's where you live.
We're 1 hour and 26 minutes away.
It's a very Atlantic, not not Eastern, Atlantic. The
Who's
next
in
one.
Atlantic? Is that like
Northern Canada? So like New Brunswick, Newfoundland, I think parts of Quebec, and then maybe like south of the United States, maybe even like Bermuda.
MH says, "What the fuck is wrong with Billy? How could he not drink? Sickening." I think I'm dying right now, so I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to drink.
Just one glass.
Yeah, I'm trying not to drink. I'm back on my diet. I've slid horribly over the last couple of months.
I'm back on my diet too, but tonight's like the one night, and then I go back into it.
I've been having some breathing issues lately, so I'm probably gonna die if I don't change my ways.
Like respiratory issues?
Yeah,
Have you been to a doctor?
No.
Why?
Because I'm fucking trying to self-alleviate by losing weight first.
On 12/23/2022 at 17:55 hours, I was dispatched to 534 Vandehel Avenue in reference to an impaired person. Upon my arrival, I contacted the reporting party, Clint Saunders, who was standing outside of his vehicle, which was parked under the awning at the fuel pump. Clint stated his 31-year-old son, Joshua Saunders, is intoxicated and causing a disturbance. Clint stated Josh consumed an entire bottle of hard alcohol in the vehicle. Clint also stated Josh made several suicidal and homicidal statements.
Oh, fuck.
Clint stated he no longer felt safe living with Josh for the rest of the night, especially while Josh is intoxicated. Clint added Josh was autistic, schizophrenic, and highly regarded. I then contacted
He didn't say
Josh,
highly
who was sitting in
regarded.
the rear passenger side seat of Clint's vehicle. I observed a strong odor of alcohol coming from Josh during my contact with him.
Yeah. So this is the arresting officer, and he gave him several chances.
I also observed Josh's eyes, which were bloodshot, watery, and extremely lethargic. Josh's speech was slurred and slow.
Which is actually, even when he's sober, I will say, but I think he was probably like blacked out. By his own admission, he was blacked out.
I don't know. Was the blackout from? You said afterwards.
He was saying he doesn't remember even being at the Loaf and Jug, aside from like getting out of the van.
However, Josh stated he does not have any desire to harm himself or anyone else several times. Josh admitted to drinking alcohol, but denied having made any suicidal or homicidal statements earlier in the day.
He wouldn't remember them if he was blacked out, right?
Right, and also if you're smart when the police show up, even if you did, you would say you didn't, right?
But is he ever smart? Like, is he ever like he's
lied before?
Has he ever lied like?
But he like
at the right time. He's always like
he lied about
fantasies.
a truck ran over my phone when really he like stomped the fuck out of his own phone and killed it.
That's I always think his lies. I always think his lies are poorly timed and executed, but this could just be him misremembering. I want to give him the idea that he couldn't remember making those threats, just because this is a good time for him to make the call against the cops. I don't see him doing it naturally. I don't see him being that
to Clint and Josh,
sly.
I believed it was best for Josh that I transport him to the ARC so that he can detox from the alcohol he had consumed. Clint agreed to this plan, and we were inevitably able to have Josh agree to go to the ARC as well. Dispatch advised me that the ARC was having an issue with the heating in their building and would not be accepting new intakes at this.
So the cop was going to just take him to like the shelter,
But they didn't have enough blankets.
Yeah.
Time. At this point in the contact, Clint had departed from the scene. I advised Josh that the ARC
I like how Clint got the fuck out of there. Like, all right, goodbye.
would no longer be an option for him during this incident.
Or maybe he was told he should probably leave. Who knows?
Explained to Josh that he could admit himself into the hospital in order to have his mental health and alcohol consumption evaluated. I also explained to Josh that if he did not want to admit in to the hospital, he could stay the night at the Comia shelter.
So he was given a lot of. Now he has a criminal record, which is
Why
weird.
the fuck does Anthony Cumia have a shelter in Wyoming?
It streams all night on Cozy TV.
What is he doing?
Josh was adamantly not willing to accept either of these options, despite my efforts to convince him it was better than being outside in the below 0 degree weather. I then told Josh he could admit himself into the hospital, or I would place him under arrest for public intoxication. Josh continued to refuse to go to the hospital. I placed Josh under arrest for public intoxication. I then placed Josh into handcuffs using standard cuffing procedures.
I wonder if it's a misdemeanor or just like a civil, like he might have a fine or something. I don't know.
I transported Josh to
Like in
Laramie
Seattle,
County
you
Detention
can't even like, if you're not. Well, I guess it was. I don't know. His dad called the cops on him.
Facility and booked him in under the charge of public intoxication. I later contacted Clint by telephone.
What's in there?
Iced tea.
Wow, it looks like you could like put a soup in there or something.
It's a growler. It's made for beer.
Oh, okay. Okay, it's like a 1 liter growler.
I think so. Yeah, you take these to the growler places and they fill them up with beer.
Huh.
I just stole a ton of iced tea from Chipotle.
Josh was not located at the ARC, and that Josh was booked in at Laramie County Detention Facility.
Big thanks to Burger Boy. Yeah, so like
Josh should not get blacked out drunk and go out in public and hang out with his family and shit. Like I get blackout drunk at home. I don't go out normally. Try not to. Usually try to limit my drinking when I'm out and about because
his dad's just not as patient as I am with you. That's the problem.
Oh, whatever. That's so fucked up.
If his dad had the patience that I have, he'd be fine.
Whatever, man. I'm so I never cause trouble in public ever.
I don't remember you ever being a troublesome
No,
drunk.
Especially not in public.
You usually just go and pass out somewhere when you're drunk.
Yep.
That's the there was one night you got really drunk and you painted a hotel room with vomit, but
yes,
that was
I was trying to sleep and I woke up because I was.
That was kind of our fault because
Michigan.
The bartender
Michigan
was
Ben.
Michigan Ben from Michigan, the Upper Peninsula, and he was the bartender. And you were like daring him to get you drunk, and he was like, "Oh, you're an Ohio boy," and he was like, we were like egging it on. It was fucked. He was like feeding you so much alcohol. He knew better. He's like, "You guys aren't driving, right?" "No, we got a hotel up the road." He's like, "Okay." And then, boom, the fucking vomit comet came through that night. That was probably the worst drunk I can ever remember.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even that bad. It was like just vomit.
You and me were sharing a bed that night.
Yeah.
And, I was laying on my side, and I woke up because the puke was coming up while I was sleeping. Because that was a lot of
I think
booze.
you had a double dose of vomit. Like there was a initial vomit that we cleaned up, and then there was a second one that you woke up from.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and we had to clean that up in the morning. There was a lot of vomit. That was the worst, and that wasn't like mean or anything. You were just
I was like
that was just
dude was giving me free booze all night.
He was fucking you up. Michigan Ben was like, because you
His
were
name
talking,
was Ben.
You were talking that Ohio shit to him.
Yeah.
And he was like, there's not a lot of customers. He had an R. Kelly playlist on specifically during the R. Kelly trial.
He even
or around there. It was like the R.
Yeah.
Kelly stuff was coming out recently. He's like, I'm playing an R. Kelly playlist. He's like, I don't give a fuck.
What wasn't he like living on his friend's couch or something?
Yeah, his life was like he was playing.
I remember him being probably like 5 inches taller than me and like with really fucked up teeth.
He had some fucked up teeth.
Yeah.
He was playing with Fate though that night. He knew. He didn't give a fuck. Michigan Ben
still
did not
won.
give a fuck.
I went back, like I left that night still walking.
Yeah,
I won.
He
How long do
think-
you have to keep it down to won?
I mean, you didn't puke in front of him.
No.
He was surprised that you didn't go out that night. Like you weren't knocked the fuck out.
No.
So you definitely beat Michigan Ben.
I was already like, we had already come back and laid down and like covered ourselves up and went to sleep. And then through my sleep,
Well, I think before you went to sleep, you did another puke that you don't remember. Yeah, because I don't remember. We cleaned up one batch of puke before you went to sleep as you were showering to wash it off. And we went and cleaned it up, and then you went to sleep, and then we woke up, and you woke up in the middle of the night puking, and that was the second batch.
Yeah, okay. I don't remember all that.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been expected to remember all of that because it was like as it was going down, it was like Ohio-Michigan rivalry in real life. And the motherfucker Michigan Ben was like, I'm going to get you, Ohio Ben. And you're like, fuck no, you're not. You're like, fuck no. You're like, keep it coming, motherfucker. And he's like, whatever, just pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring.
Oh, my God.
And at some point.
On Pope Palpatine, the first mean Ben ended up kicking the bucket.
Did he kick the bucket? I hope him and Barbara Walters are having a fucking tea party.
He got out when... Like, he was the first pope to be like, all right, I'm retiring because this whole, like, PDF file thing is like, too close to me, and I'm out.
That's interesting.
And he got to live in the Vatican City.
How many popes have left like that?
None in modern times. He's the only one. Most of them died young, which could have been poisoning. It's so political, and it's a vote amongst like certain people. So
yeah,
who knows? Like there's so much backstory to all of that.
It's been about 600 years since the last resigned.
Yeah. It's been. I was really surprised when it happened, but then I'm like, oh yeah, he's got like weird Nazi ties to his youth and shit. So
that's. I feel like there's tons of people that age that are going to have those ties. DJ Fix so happy
That's
New
what
Year
we
to you,
needed.
bro. Thank you. Happy New Year's
Keep it
to
alive.
everybody, but also DJ Fix Soul.
We should probably get into this, so let's do it.
Turn off that goddamn internet.
Shocking stupidity.
Oh, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
DP,
they're going to touch me.
They're going to touch me, DP.
I always thought maybe Michigan Ben was flirting with me.
It was weird because
it's like, oh, I hate you. Let me give you a bunch of free booze.
Yeah. It was like it was so weird. Like I think he stayed open after hours.
Yes.
And everything.
Yeah.
And he's like, I gotta close the lights off and shit, but you guys stick around because
we
Ohio
were there
Ben
like
ain't out yet.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? There is like this weird thing. It is weird.
Yeah, it was a camaraderie rivalry. It was very, very strange.
Yeah.
Very strange.
Yeah. How we doing? Yeah, still winning. Still
35 to 24 Ohio
Fuck
State
yes.
advantage.
I knew it. I actually text messaged Joe last night. And was like, I just put money on Ohio State to win. I think it's not over yet, by the way. It could totally change. Georgia's a really good team. But I was like, I just had a feeling Ohio State would win. Like, this is all these rankings are subjective. So, like, betting on them is, you really don't know, really.
Yeah. It's like, if you're a fan of the team, you can put your money where your mouth is.
Especially at this level where it's like, I love this. Before we get into the fucked up leaks, that Zoey's here. So there's some fucked up leaks. That probably the last leaks that Zoey wants to give up. Zoey is not doing well. having talked to Jared, there's been like a mental health toll, which I'm sure you can believe.
Yeah.
Billy.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Jared Genesis. And tonight I will be having a battle royale on Gilded with my trolls. You guys know who I'm talking about. It's going to be a slaying. I want you guys to see this because I want you all to be aware of narcissism and what it truly is.
So he's like, come to my Gilded, bro. Discord sucks. I'm never doing Discord again.
And what it looks like. So, I'm doing this for educational purposes.
Educating us on narcissism?
This really isn't even for clout, because let's just be honest, you know,
Which is like, he educates us on narcissism just by existing, and he has this unfound... Like, some people are narcissists, and it's... I'm not going to say it's deserved, but it's at least, like, legitimate. You know, like... Elon Musk's narcissism makes sense because he's so fucking rich. I understand how he feels like he's a fucking almost like a god among
Zoey's
men.
going to give up Jared.
I don't agree with
giving
it.
Up drinking.
Like anyone like that, Jared is not successful by any means at all. His narcissism makes no sense. He has accomplished nothing. He's disgusting. He thinks he's a good Christian when he wants to have sex with kids. It's kind of an example of how Christianity kind of can fuel a mind like this. I'm not saying all Christians are like that.
It's really weird that Christianity started with your God getting a 14-year-old pregnant.
I mean, getting a 14-year-old pregnant at the time was totally acceptable.
And Jared thinks that, you know, in a few years it'll be acceptable again.
No, he wants 10 he wants younger.
I don't know, bro. I think I pretty much peaked out on subs for the most part, but give it about an hour or two, guys. I want to say like 7 p.m. Central, and there's going to be a big war on my Gilded, which I will link.
So he's... Oh, I wish I wanted to go there, but the last time I joined Jared's Discord, I was like scarred for life from it, listening to those creepy motherfuckers with their animancer voices.
Yeah, when you were in there, like you pulled me in there because you're like, dude, this is creepy in here, and we were like
with their fancy badger voices.
We were back to back fighting off little PDF files. It was like a buddy cop movie, and we were just kicking little PDF files in the face.
Hey.
Happy 2023. Wishing you good vibes and fortune in the new year. Peace sign.
Thank you, to hell with that. Thank you. All these familiar names we're saying, showing love tonight. Thank you guys for being a part of all this with us.
You guys are
have been
great.
here. You guys have been here strong with us for so long, and we really appreciate that you guys allow this show to continue. Thank you.
And when I mean war, I mean like 2 or 3 people who are obsessed with me, who can't get enough of me. I want you to see just what kind of dirty, rotten human filth that they are. And so I cordially invite you.
So he invited the trolls to come to his
my battle.
Gilded, which is a place where people who are banned from Discord go.
Royale. Hope to see you there.
All right.
Peace.
And then this is the video from the next day. You're going to love this.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Jared Genesis here, and so today, what do I say?
And by the way, from what I understand, is Jared told his dad he was going to start using the internet to look for jobs. Remember his early videos
Happy
when he
New
first
Year's,
came
you
back?
Australian scammers.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, I'll get into pet." He was making videos like, "Oh, I'm looking for a job. I'm gonna get into pest control or whatever." But his dad found out that he was making another YouTube channel and freaked out. And then there was a fight, and then he was like, "Well, you can do YouTube, but you can't live stream."
Happy New Year's to my fellow Atlantic Canadians.
Cheers, Lord of Nurgle.
I knew it. Yeah, there are Atlantic Canadians somewhere. We're 6 minutes away from that.
Is it like New Brunswick or somebody that has the weird half-an-hour gimmick? Newfoundland, Newfies.
Well, the half-hour gimmick will be on the half-hour for that.
Yeah, the Newfies are like a half an hour off.
There's a part of it. There's a part of it.
The tip of Newfoundland.
You guys win, in terms of the Gilded. I took my Gilded down.
To hell with that. Is it just me or is Jared morphing into Jabba the Hutt? I swear, look at the poster for the movie The Whale. Brendan Fraser plays a morbidly obese, homebound fat man, and Jared looks so much like him.
And by the way, we confirmed recently through leaks that Jared has just recently left his house for the first time in 9 months. He had not been outside of his home for 9 months.
When Leafy lived in Seattle, I think he was here for 9 months and he only left his house.
Here?
He lived like right in the middle of like downtown.
Which is so expensive.
Like a block away from the Pike Place Market. And he left his house like, other than to go to Target to do like prescription pickups, I think he left his house like 6 times the entire 9 months he was here.
That's insane. He should have just lived in Nebraska or something. He would have saved so much money.
He's just
Number
living his
one
life.
reason is because I knew it was just feeding my trolls. It was giving them something.
The only reason you live down there is if you like to go out.
To wake up in the morning.
I think he had aspirations to go out and then got there and then was like, fuck it, I'm gonna work on the internet.
His whole weird thing at the casino where he like hit the guy and everything, that like he has some untreated shit going on.
It was very well. He definitely has
paranoid.
He definitely has conditions with paranoia. But one of the big things about that was
pew pew whoosh ding dong breaking news. Jared leaves home for first time in 9 months.
I know.
When he was in Vegas with Joe was in the car and Joe was like putting on the Joe show. He got us kicked out of the fucking the club before we could get into it. Joe was going hard, and I think Leafy was like needed to chill out from it because it was overstimulating him, and he was like took a Xanax and then also some weed, and so he was extra fucked up. It all hit him at once. It was so bad. Then he hit that fucking security guard, and it was over.
Fucking boner. Oh, I get to fuck with Jared today. Fuck that shit, bro.
This is Jared. I closed my guild. So he was like, come to my gilded, call me out. The next day, I closed my gilded, guys.
I'm not entertainment for you guys. You guys need help. Okay, I'm not going to be your therapist, dude. And if you still have a hate boner for me, over some silly internet shit, I just don't know what to tell you, man. Like, really, bro?
It's not silly internet shit.
I don't really know what to say to that except that, you take life too seriously, you guys.
I think we need to get like a therapist, a good therapist that has no like moral compass to be the therapist for Jared Genesis, for Cobes, for all the lolcows. That would be such a good show.
A real therapist, they have a moral compass, but they don't let that affect their therapy. Like a good therapist doesn't do that.
I want one that would allow it to be live streamed.
Oh,
so we could watch.
Well, they would have to.
We'd have to pay them.
There'd have to
be a budget for this.
Yep.
But how good would that be?
I'm sort of a troll. Not a huge troll, but
generic minority. If you ever want to be a therapist online,
I'm a shitlord.
Shitlord's gonna shit, bro.
If you ever want to be a therapist online, generic minority, I'll let you do public therapy sessions with me on the Drunken Peasants.
Oh my god!
And we could start there.
Oh, guys, there's a whole bunch more of you watching right now, so I'm gonna put this out there really quick here because fuck this video. Watch this really quick. We're gonna take a quick break.
Makes you wonder what was said in the battle
Or do I have to be naked, Billy? Do what you're told.
Roll Call returns February 2023. Get ready for that shit, bitches.
Do what you're told.
I love that's my favorite part of that video. Why do I have to be naked, Billy? Do what you're told. Oh, God. Fuck. All right. So we're going to get. So Zoey went back to Jared and was like, Jared, I'm sorry. I was just joking about turning on you and leaking all your shit. I actually like you and want to be a PDF file with you.
Spending New Year's alone, but at least I have DP to enjoy with a charcuterie board, a couple drink combo,
Delicious.
and occasionally jerking it.
Do it. So Zoey just baited him back like immediately. And
when we went to the commercial there, Bobby B donated, and it kind of got like played over.
Oh, go ahead.
Bobby
go
B
ahead.
said, "Makes you wonder what was said in the battle royal to make him this rattled." Yeah, on the Discord. I wouldn't want to be a part of the Discord, but I'm sure that he just got fucking owned, and it cut into his psyche a little bit.
So I want to stress to everyone, and Billy, you'll see this here. Jared feels the way about the whole Green Ranger thing. He compares that to a grape. Like, as you can see in this screenshot, he compares to him, the Green Ranger shit was like the equivalent of being like...
You were hurt badly, weren't you, Zoey? I'm sorry. I wish I could take that pain away from you. And Zoey said, I know I asked before, but were you hurt too as a kid? I wasn't, but I think I understand your pain. With me and Green Ranger, feel free to laugh. But I genuinely felt grape that day.
No!
I wasn't even laughed at by other people there. It was surreal. Any extreme physical harm can be very traumatic. I understand. It wasn't so much the physical, to be honest with you. It was just the stealing of my pride. Something I worked really hard on, to be told I was nothing more than a joke, let alone by someone I looked up to. I'll admit it fucked me up.
I'll admit it fucked me. You almost want to read it in the Cartman voice.
It wasn't so much the physical. It fucked me up. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm just glad I never joined them, to be honest. I would have sold my soul. Besides, I'm sure you know the pain only makes you stronger.
So Zoe's doing the quick, I agree with you, like one sentence. That's all you need with Jared. You don't need to put more depth into manipulation with Jared. You can just be like, oh, you're right. You're right, cool guy. You're handsome too, or whatever. Like, you could do that. And he's like, I'm so glad I never joined them. That's how you would have actually learned to be a fighter. The thing you want to be? Because he blames Jason David Frank for his fighting career never taking off. No, they showed you why you could never be a fighter. You can't even handle this random dude with more experience than you who's not even a big fighter. You can't handle him. You can't handle people in the UFC. They would destroy you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Zoe says, I find that my experience only makes it harder for me to trust others and feel unsafe. And Jared says, mine has too, if we're being honest. I still think you're a strong person. I mean, you have to be to withstand watching Jared Genesis vids, LOL. And Zoe says, I'll be truthful to you.
That's the most honest thing Jared's ever said.
This whole experience with you at times has had me in pretty bad shape mentally. I've even gotten close to self-harm at times.
That's why Zoe needs to retire. But Zoe, you don't need to delete everything and you're welcome in our community. Everyone likes you, but you should probably stop talking to Jared.
You should definitely stop self-harming.
Well, she hasn't done it, but it's like made her put it in her
You
mind.
should definitely stop getting close to self-harming.
Yeah, yeah.
Jared says, Zoe, it plays to not be a superhero sometimes. It pays. But I respect you for wanted to do what you thought was a good thing. Trust me, I know. I used to try to do the same thing to my trolls. It always just wound up mentally exhausting. Jared is having the apologetic arc to his biggest troll. Is he still going to buy her a $300,000 wedding ring, or is that in the past?
I mean, he's been begging for her back even before this too. He was like, "Well, when you come back, babe, I'll be waiting for you here." So this is the most thrills he's had, and it's like Zoe's just typing like, "Oh yeah, baby," or whatever, like stupid bullshit. And he's jerking off to it. It was all text, by the way. None of it was video, like the weird sexting, which makes it completely easy.
Jared blames Jason David Frank, the Green Power Ranger, for ruining his life. And maybe there's a point there where when Jared was a little kid and he took the Power Rangers way too seriously, maybe there was a point where if he wouldn't have been such a big fan of Jason David Frank, he would have done something that bettered his fucking life instead of sitting in his room becoming a booger-picking fantasy Power Ranger. Maybe there you could say JDF ruined his life by inspiring a path of mediocrity. But definitely not by whooping him around in a gym. By then, his life was already fucking dead in the water.
He was still a young man with potential at that point, though. Like, do you remember his video about it? It was when he was still, like, I don't know, like, he had some kind of potential. Anyway, here's the next one.
You are probably right about that. I should have never gotten involved in any of this. It's not my place. I just don't want children to be hurt. I understand, Zoe. You did what you thought you had to do. I can give you a theory if you want, but take it with a grain of salt. Feel free. As a young teen...
He's going to explain his pedophilia.
As a young teen and even under, I was very, very sexual. Dreamed about women all day. Those dreams were never fulfilled. In a way, maybe I'm just trying to catch up where I left off. Hope that makes sense. Never had young love, so still want it kind of thing? Gross. I think that may be it. But I don't know if that's all of it. No, what it is, Jared, is that you are fucking a miserable person that's looking at any fucking inn to get any sort of sexual attention. And unfortunately, in your dipshit fucking mind, someone being too young to understand the connection that human beings need to have is your only out for fucking getting a partner. You have to prey on the weak. That's literally what it is, because you're fucking weak. What else do you think that may be? It's okay if you don't want to answer that. I'm a child that never grew up, Zoe.
Isn't this fucked up? He's using the Michael Jackson excuse.
I relate to them more than adults. Adults to me are boring. Many sell their souls like it's nothing.
And they say, why? Why?
I guess in a way you could say that I'm just still a child. In my heart, anyway. Yes, Jared, we've been saying you're a fucking man-child the entire time. You can't grow up. Your brain's stunted. You're fucking a lost cause. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Zoe says, I can relate in some ways. I'm in many ways still the teenager that I was, for better or worse, but I couldn't even imagine doing anything with an 18, 19-year-old despite them being adults. It would just be inappropriate. Jared Genesis says, you even go as high as 19, huh? It's cool, dude, if that's how you feel. I know you're a genuine person, so I can respect that. I know you're a genuine person. Jared's like, yeah, you know, between all of the lying and manipulating and bullshitting that you were doing, I saw shreds of genuine there. even though I was being fucking taken for a loop this entire time. Zoe says, so if this is the last time you ever talk to me, what would you like to express? And Jared says, Jesus is the only way, baby. You were wrong about Yahweh, but I respect your beliefs. Also, just take a second glance at what SJW-isms really is. That's all I really have to say there. And Zoe says, all righty. Some things I want to say to you is that I hope you make real friends, in-person friends. And Jared says, I don't see that happening, but thank you. And Zoe says, I think a lot of your issues come from your self-isolation, and it must feel like you're in a padded cell.
I want to know your take on...
I want to say, Zoe, weren't you kicking him out of his fucking house 2 weeks ago? What happened to that?
Okay, she reported it to Hardin City in Texas, which is not within Hardin County. So she reported it to the wrong municipality, is what I understand.
Jared says, it's funny what you can adapt to as a human. I used to miss interaction with people, but don't anymore. And Zoe says, just because you can adapt doesn't mean it's best for you.
Yeah. Let's move on. So, like, Jared brought her back in, talked to her. She kind of picked him apart. He banned her, and then, this is the after that.
And this is not me being angry or anything, but what you did with me was extremely stupid. You could have easily gotten yourself killed. You're not invincible behind your keyboard. Nothing happened with me, but you may not get so lucky the next time you try to play superhero. Just a kind warning. There are people who can hurt you out there. Don't be dumb. I wouldn't want anything to happen to you, okay? I've said my piece, though, so I guess that's it. Zoe says, well, first, I still plan on calling your county, which I'll be doing tomorrow. Your threat doesn't scare me because it has no validity. I'm not going to act like some sort of tough girl. If there was a real threat, maybe I probably would be scared. But the things your trolls that you call friends can do is nothing. If you had any real threat to me, you wouldn't hint with something like saying something that you shouldn't know. And Jared says, go right ahead. Just realize there are people who tried the same shit you did that had things happen. This isn't a threat. You just need to understand there are people who roll with me who don't exactly take kindly to you, y'all, very well.
Nobody rolls with him.
Rolling with J-Dog, J-Rod.
And by the way, he just got dumped by another friend, which we'll get to at the end.
And J-Rod.
J-Rod.
Zoe says, you don't have people who roll with you, hun.
No, it's J-Cock, by the way, if you want to, like...
J-Rod says, I do, hun. That's why Alice Dare was swatted. Didn't you know? Didn't know about that, did you? So was Dark Ninja. Those were people on my team who did that. And Zoe says, good, get me swatted then. And Jared says, you wouldn't want that, babe. You're a very fragile girl. And Zoe says, no, I do actually, because if I make it out okay, then you saying this is evidence enough for you to have clearly been a part of it. And Jared says, I never said it had anything to do with it.
Huh? You literally said you caused it. Idiot. Fucking moron. Jesus.
If I don't make it out okay, then you give even more charges. If that is what it takes, swat me. And Jared says, I can't stop them. If you keep at it, you will likely be swatted too. And I know you're a fragile girl. Keyboard warrior nerd. That's all you can go now, dude. And Zoe says, alrighty, take care, kitty diddler. And Jared says, okay, purple hair. And Zoe says, blue.
Blue. It's blue, not purple.
And Jared says, sorry, Daddy touched you. And Zoe says, better him than you.
Wow.
And Jared Genesis says, y'all all look the same to me, freak. It's okay, babe. I know you still dream about me. And so he says, I do. Just not in the way you think. And Jared says, sure, that's why you stalked me for 6 months and made all those pics. You weren't fooling anyone. I know you're in love with me and hate yourself for it. And Zoe says, why don't you give me a big hug while I hold a knife out to you? Oh. And Jared says, so edgy and cool. Grow up and get a life, loser. You aren't some cool internet vigilante. You're a weeb with small boobs. And Zoe says, I never claimed to be such. I only did this because everyone else had either failed or simply wanted some weird attention from you. And this seems to be another failure.
Yeah, Zoe exposed the biggest weirdos who have had this, like, they want Jared to be their little toy to control. Like, you guys are fucking sick. You guys are the fucking sickest fuckers on earth. Because you know what he's up to, and you, like, want him to keep doing.
Jared Genesis is bullshit. I saw your videos. You with your little katana blade. So cringe. And Zoe says, katana blade? And then Jared says, they showed me. No need to play dumb. And Zoe says, I generally don't know what you're talking about. I don't own a katana. And Jared says, or whatever it was you were holding. Zoe says, Link. And Jared says, you obviously have a weapon collection being a weeb. And then Zoe says, please show me because I'm completely lost.
Some of his moron friends probably sent him a link to some woman with a sword. And so they're like, that's Zoe. And he was like, yeah.
More misinformation. Jared's never right about anything, whether it's information being fed to him going outward or him making up his own bullshit. It's always fucking wrong. Par for the course. Is he talking about Diesel? Do they think that Diesel is Zoe?
Big Diesel?
Yeah, I'll show you my cock. How about that? I know you worship it, dirty weeb. And Zoe says, I do think your penis is marvelous. You're right. I've never seen one so deformed before. You really could join a freak show with that thing.
Oh, my God.
Wrecked.
Oh, my God.
I have to go pee once again.
All right, I'll bring myself up. Too much of that sweet tea, or unsweet tea. Damn. Ohio State, I think, just scored again. Holy shit. I've got money on this game. It's doing pretty well. 38 to 27, Ohio. We're doing good. Not over yet, though. I never like to declare victory. This is my shirt. Hannibal asked me why I had people doing the YMCA. It's OHIO. Whew. I had to go pee too, but oof. We're the better team. I've known it for a while. Georgia, they haven't played anyone that good. They were ranked number 1. It's all subjective ranking. And I'm like, shit, I should bet money because Ohio is clearly the better team. Like on paper, way better team. But Georgia was the powerhouse that hadn't taken a loss all year. So, but yes, I have to pee really bad. I want to take my hardware out. There's that one. There's that one. That one. That one. There's no pubes on it because I don't have any pubic piercings.
Welcome to the Peace Show. Ben and I play quantum lightsabers. I always make sure to leave a little puddle of piss on the floor. Just in an area where I know if he stands, he'll be exactly lined up with where I would have, like opposite of me where I was standing. So if he comes back, he's like, motherfucker, I stepped in piss. I'll be like, we played quantum peace swords. Narn
It's weird. After me exposing Jared on TikTok and inevitably lighting the fire that got him booted off, and making that 3-part series on him, you'd think he would respond, but nope. What a beta.
What a beta, egghead. Isn't it weird that he doesn't find you viable for a response? He's not going to respond to anything that doesn't have boobs. Sorry, Zoey. I think he didn't know about your tiny tits until after. I play 4D chess. But I'm doing all right. I've been living my life like there's no tomorrow. And I'm deciding to change. I had I bought a Viking beer helmet a couple weeks ago. I was going to drink Viking beer helmet, bring back Eric the Fed 2.0 with a fucking beer helmet, and I left that at home. I was going to fill this growler up with fucking Jack Daniels and Coke Zero, and I left that out of the equation. I decided 2 days ago to go back on God mode and try and live again because I've been enjoying Crumble Cookie too much. Shit's wild. I don't know if you guys ever go to Crumble Cookie. It's so fucked up.
Notice me, Senpai Jared.
Notice me, Senpai Jared. That's not Egghead Seth Looks, is it? Jared says, okay, tiny tits. Anything else? By the way, your life is going to be ruined because of me. I just wanted you to know I think that's awesome. Zoe says, neato. Jared says, take care, loser. And Zoe says, no kiss. And then Jared says, no, I don't kiss SJWs. Full of disease.
Are we SJWs?
Are we?
Well, he's going to bring us up in like a couple DMs here.
And Zoe says the man who lives in a hoarding house with 14 cats. If anyone has anything, it's you. When's the last time you bathed? Also, before you run away like you always do, is Dusty a beautiful bird? Jared says your low IQ says wonders about you being with DP. Have fun, kiddo. Being a nobody cloud chaser. A shame you could have done something with your life. Oh, well. And Zoe says, I'm not a cloud chaser. If I were, I would be public with myself. I just hate you. And Jared says, you still love the attention. Don't lie, bitch. This is all you have. And Zoe says, what I will love is when you are homeless or in jail. And Jared says, neither of those are going to happen, baby. Your life is now ruined. Fail troll. Fail troll. An obscure SJW podcast. Zoe says, answer the question, coward. Is Dusty a beautiful bird or not? And Jared says, answer the question. How many rapes does it take to become an SJW? And Zoe says, what even makes you think I'm an SJW? Like, honestly, answer that beyond my hair color, which I have been doing before the term SJW was even a thing. And Jared says, because you said you were an idiot. Or was that just another lie? And Zoe says, I guarantee you my knowledge is almost on any subject and IQ are notably higher than yours. Want to take IQ tests and compare? Jared says, not likely, honey, but whatever helps you sleep at night. Zoe says, they take an IQ test on camera, hun. We'll see the brighter of us. Jared says, no, I'm good, babe. I have nothing to prove in some DP slag. Come in the chat. Baby Rubik's wants to talk. Zoe says, send the link. There was a link to Gilded. And I hope this is the end of their little lover's quarrel. Andrew Plant Gollum says, the term SJW is pretty old, I think. I have no idea. Jared Genesis says, have fun, Rubik's. Here she is. And Zoe says, let's hear it.
This
Jared
is
says,
when she joined their Discord.
Jared says, honey, you're about to get verbally graped. Maybe you should just leave. And Zoe says, the best kind. And Jared says, okay then. And Rubik says, we will give you one last ultimatum, Honey bunny, are you listening? And Zoe says, oh, I'm listening. And Rubik says, since we know and empathize with your lack of dopamine ever since Jared moved on from you, we will say this. We will allow you to row your little boat away once and for all. Or we will find you.
You're doing it so well. It's like a Batman villain that you're
Zoe
doing.
says, neat. And Rubik says, and we will kill you. And Jared says, he ain't lying either, babe.
It's probably Chris, right? Trying to control Jared.
And Rubik says, are you going to keep watching Neon Genesis Evangelion and masturbate to Jared's videos? Or do you want to do what's best for your frog family and move on, fat fuck?
Zoe says it was Chris. I was just fucking around. Like, I didn't even, like, think of...
And a side note, tell us why your voice sounds like that. Me and Jared were wondering. Zoe, this kid has a record. Please kill my family too while you're at it, says Zoe. Jared Genesis says, you better be careful if that's what you want. And Rubik says, lol, Jared, see, she is pathetic. And Jared Genesis says, okay, Zoe, you were warned. And Rubik says, from now on, let's call her him. And Zoe says, neat. And Rubik says, and we will kill you. And this is, we already read this. Bob's closed down? Is it, Joe, is it the one down the road from our house? Did we just dox me? I don't remember what one it was. I want to die. As an old man.
In Minecraft.
No, I don't want anything to do with Minecraft. Brother R Dash says, Billy, you should do voiceover stuff. No way, dude. No way.
This is really good.
But we already read this page here. I'm actually going to start recording old books that are in public domain and resell them with my voice. Make $1,000. Jared Genesis says, Zoe, enjoy your cats, baby. That's the only thing that will ever love you. And Zoe says, sounds like a fun time. When do the nipple clamps come in? And Rubik says, ha ha ha! Jared, she's literally a loner. Ain't worth our time.
It's totally Chris just trying to, like, control the narrative.
Zoe says, see, his threats lead nowhere. And Rubik says, she doesn't have any lovers, nor any lovers to make up. And Zoe says, tell me something about me that you shouldn't know. And Rubik says, you were the most attention she got in her whole life. Pathetic. And Jared Genesis says, I know, bro, it's sad. Only it, babe. That's all you're going to get. Enjoy it. Jared Genesis says, Zoe, enjoy your cats, baby. Enjoy it, babe. That's all you're going to get. Jared says, Rubik says, Jared, it's best to let her, this badger mole, wallow in her loneliness. Jared says, your attempt on getting me arrested failed. Zoe says, so much for scaring me, huh? And then Rubik says, it's really did.
I like your Rubik's voice.
And Jared said, nothing is going to happen. Rubik says, we're Team Trump here, boy. And Jared says, learn from what happened, Zoe. You can't fuck with those who run with God. And Zoe says, come on and kill me. Make your threats count. And Jared says, that's why I'm still here. That's why Rubik's is here. We're not dirty degenerates. We just want to have sex with underage girls. Zoey says, Rubik's is literally Chris or one of his goons. And Rubik says, Jared, tell Zoey, have fun being alone. Jared Jensen says, you better repent, or God Jehovah, Juria will throw you in the lake of fire. Hell does exist. You'll find that out soon enough. If you don't change, have fun being alone, babe. Repent or burn in hell. Rubik says, Jared, they made Zoey read your part in the leaked DMs, LOL. Jared Genesis does a little smile bullshit. Rubik says, they degraded her. Zoey says, if it does, I will be sure to ride on top of your bloated corpse to escape the heat. And Jared says, so sad. Rubik's, it was hilarious. Jared says, if you didn't, I wouldn't be here. So sad, bro. Look what you got yourself into, kiddo. Zoey says, so when am I supposed to become scared exactly? Rubik's responds with, weeaboo.
Rubik's is like low IQ as fuck.
Or trolling, who knows?
Yeah.
Jared Genesis, none of this would have happened if you just would have moved on. Rubik says, weeaboo, they humiliated you. Jared says, you will be, Zoey. Enjoy your life for now, though. Rubik says, they made you read Jared's part in the leaks, LOL. Jared Genesis, as the sinner that you are. Rubik's, hilarious, degraded, even when the spotlight is on you, and now the shiny light has faded. Jared Genesis, you sold out to demons, Zoey. Zoey yawns. Jared, don't expect a happy life for that. Wow. Jared Genesis, come back in if you like. We're just having fun. You can say what you want. Zoey says, I'm just waiting for you to actually succeed in scaring me. And Jared says, well, come on back. Maybe we will. Chris says at Zoey, that's why he's racist. Jared says, okay, here she is. We have a challenge for you, babe. Rubik says, darling, if you show your pudgy face in a video chat, you can replace me, and I will help your cause. If you can't, say goodbye to your hubby once and for all. And Zoey says, hubby. And Rubik says, interested? And Jared Genesis says, he's talking about me, babe. And Zoey says, first of all, I'm not scared of you. Jared says, the one you drew all those pics for, which I showed. Rubik says, I didn't suggest any threat. I said video chat me to show your pudgy face, and I will concede and supply you with what you need, and you will take my place. Your hubby Jared is waiting for your answer. Hurry up. I kicked you once. Jared says, do it, Zoey. Rubik says, we'll do it again. Zoey says, second, I don't need your help. You're just one of Chris' goons. That's why Chris has screenshots of this chat when you and Jared were the only two. And Jared Genesis says, she has the Chris cope too.
Jared has the Chris cope constantly.
Zoey says, you're not on Jared's side anyways. And Jared says, how sad. This is a Neil Breen classic as written by pedophiles.
It sounds like it.
Rubik says, you realize that chat wasn't when we were alone, you idiot. I know the one you're talking about. Pliskin was in. You fucking idiot, LOL. She doesn't even know what she's talking about. Jared knows how good of a spy I am. Jared Genesis says, looks like someone got owned. Rubik says, I do my homework. Anywho, are you going to take your brass balls and take on our challenge? Zoey replies, sigh. Jared Genesis, with a smirk, says, Zoey, you're fucking with a real one. Don't be mad. I have people. Zoey says, give me a moment and I'll think about it. Rubik says, nah, 20 seconds. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. And I assume it goes all the way to 1.
We are so fucking... Holy shit. Anyway.
Zoey says, go ahead and boot if you're going to pressure. And Rubik says, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Jared says, hold on, don't boot her. Rubik says 0. Jared says, Zoey, you know your life is ruined. Why not just go on? Why not just join our side? You're going to
There's
need
an
help.
injured player on the field. Oh my God.
Rubik says LMFAO. Zoe says, does your side come with dental benefits? And Jared says, sure, I'll jizz in your mouth. Great for cavities. Zoe says, well, that's something, I suppose. And Rubik says, Jared, you don't want her on your side. What we want is for DP to live stream the weird fan art she sent you. Jared says, great, then you're with us. Rubik says, we will make sure everyone sees. And Zoe says, where's the option to go live on Gilded anyways? And Rubik says, did I say we were live streaming? And Zoe says, to show my face. And Rubik says, do you not see me write DP to live stream? There's a video call option in DMs. And Zoe says, we don't have a video channel. Why not just make a video channel? That way we both could see it. Rubik says, you're boring me, bitch. And Zoe says, I'm sorry that I showed the ignorance of your plan. And Jared says, Zoe, why did you turn on me? I don't get it. I was just warning you. And Zoe says, Jared, ... And Jared says, being a video, right? The internet, being on video, right? I don't know what it says under fan chat there.
Being a vigilante on the internet is dumb.
Well, I could have guessed that. Rubik says, ignorance? The gear is all there. You're the one who needs to go on and show your pudgy face. LOL. And Jared says, sorry that triggered you, but it's the truth. Rubik says, that's all there is to it. And Jared says, you're going to catch the wrong person, baby. And Zoe says, I'll tell you why, but let's first calm down, okay? And Jared says, you just might have with Rubik's. And Zoe says, let me get a glass of water. Be right back. Jared says, fine, we're calm. Chris was black says, that's why he's racist. Jared Genesis says, what's good, Sam? Salisbury Sam says, hey-o. Jared Genesis says, you want to fight the trolls, huh? Salisbury Sam says, yup. Rubik says, he's a Christ plant. This is devolving into bullshit, by the way. Where's the fucking money in this? I'm not going to read 78 fucking bullshit. It's all bullshit. This is all fucking bullshit. Find the money. I'm not going into 2023 with this bullshit on the screen. This is all just them fucking bantering back. These are friends talking. Sorry, Zoe. These are your fucking friends.
Oh, this was the poem she sent Jared at the end.
I'm not going to read this. I'm not taking a part in this bullshit.
But then Jared's number one fan, John Hollingwolf, wrote this about him.
Those of you listening without visuals will not be able to see this part because I refuse to read it. Unfortunately, it's somebody leaving Jared's server because they're a friend of Jared.
He's been around like forever. He was like the one guy where everyone was like, does this guy really like Jared?
He lost his smile in the Jared community. These are big wins for Zoe, guys. Big wins for America. I'm definitely out of reading Juice Hawkeye. I'm completely over it. Did
Joe actually bet 500 on the game tonight, or is he
probably
joking?
Joe's got a lot of money lately. Like, I don't want to spoil Christmas for people.
Well, I told him about the game, but yes, if you bet 500 and they win tonight, he'll make like 1,500.
Joe is one of the greatest sports analyzers when it comes to the Yankees.
No, I mean, it's a fair bet. They're winning.
Every Yankee season, Joe makes...
Well, baseball's very different.
Joe makes about $150,000 during a Yankee season.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to tell anybody this.
Well.
But nobody will tell anybody, right? Those of you watching at home, that'll be our little secret. Zoe says, no, you skipped the family relations in a very bad way with Jared. Yeah, of course I skipped that shit. I'm sat there reading fucking bullshit commentary where you're fucking half flirting with trolls in a fucking bullshit Discord. I'm done. Over it. There's way too much fucking bullshit there, Zoe. Way too much bullshit. Way too much fucking bullshit. I'm burnt. I'm done. I don't give a fuck about Jared Genesis or your fucking bullshit. Done. Roll out.
How's it going, guys? Quick little video here. So I'm trying it one more time. I sincerely apologize if one of you was hassled by one of my psychotic mods, who come to find out was a Cyrax troll. I truly apologize, guys. It's hard for me to keep track of, you know, who's good and who's evil. And I tried the best that I can, homie. But I'm more careful now, and I just wanted to cordially invite you guys to my Discord, where I have to be careful because I cannot say certain words or I will get banned again. So I'm working on it, guys. Listen, man, on some real shit, like, I'm from Texas, dude. And if you're from Texas, everyone grew up my age saying words like F-A-G-G, you know, E-T. That's what got me banned.
E-T?
Other words, too, which I'm not proud of, okay? You know, I'm working on it. I would even settle for an
IT.
But I hope you don't take too much offense to that.
Like,
it's
what?
Just,
I think the ET makes it
was something
cute.
that was bred
Forget?
into me as a kid, and I just can't seem to drop it, especially when I'm, like, angry. So, anyways, guys, I hope to see you on my Discord, and peace.
Extraterrestrial. Isn't that ban evasion? Of course, Egghead, but are we the ban evasion police? Is that our job? Like we're over here trying to run vigilante fucking attacks against Jared Genesis. They at some point they have to actually do something. At some point you have to either stop Jared Genesis or stop stopping Jared Genesis. You can't live your fucking life to try and take Jared Genesis off the internet, especially if you're not effective.
I found my righteousness with God, and I'm good right here on earth with who I am and what I am and what I'm going to become. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. Like, literal, zero I give a fuck. But so if you don't understand what's wrong with being gay, every fucking thing in natural science is wrong with being gay. Literally everything.
Except the erogenous zone for the male being in the butt. The G-spot being in the butt kind of completely overrides any of these other claims. I'll see what your other claims are, but unless you talk deeply about why the G-spot in a male anatomy being inside of his butt, you're wrong.
It's not even fucking natural to any fucking degree.
That's why the G-spot's up in that asshole, Bob. You're losing me.
It's not. It's an abomination. According to the Bible, a third of the people that are going to be gay are going to be turned. No.
A third of the people that are gay are going to be turned? What does that mean? What sort of claim is Bob making right now?
2/3 of the people that are gay are going to be turned against God. And made
So
to serve
1/3 of the
Satan.
people will be okay?
And then 2/3 of the women under them. Only 1/3 of the men and women who are gay are going to be made to serve God and go to heaven.
So 1/3 of gay people will go to heaven? You think 1/3 of humanity are going to go to heaven? That's pretty good odds. Why are we over here telling people not to be gay if 1/3 get any? The more gay people there are means the more gay people get in heaven if 1/3 get into heaven. That's just math. The least amount of gay people we have, that means the least amount of gay people are going to get into heaven. Do your duty as a Christian, knowing you want more gay people to go into heaven, and be gay. If you really want to help Christians, be gay so that more of them get into heaven. That's the only answer. If 1/3 are going to get into heaven, We gotta up these gay numbers. Because one third of 1,000 is nothing compared to 1/3 of a billion.
Do it, Bob. Be gay.
So there's a special kind of little damnation in there for gay people. And God ain't got nothing against you for being gay, or he would be taking you into heaven after the fact. No, for God, it's simply this. If you're not going to fucking listen to him to that degree that he tells you not to be fucking gay and you go be gay anyway, then you're one of them Satanist bitches that are going to be part of the third of the angels that turned against God. So you're not fucking welcome in heaven, see?
Wait, a third of the angels that turned against God? I'm so confused. Maybe it's the way he said it. Maybe it's the fact that I have no idea if what he's talking about has any sort of base in reality anyways. But I'm officially lost.
You don't get a pass into the pearly gates because, you're a traitorous son of a bitch. That is traitorous. To say that 2 out of every 3 gay men will be turned back to dust. They will become nothing because they serve Satan. And even seeing God in the second life, they're going to be made to basically look at God and say, fuck you, to his face. God, these fucking idiots. So I don't know what to tell you, but if you don't understand
look at that. That's California condor
and you call
out here.
Christian, I don't know what to tell you. You're fucking stupid.
Huh.
Bob's so ugly that he has to take the butthole challenge with his face. If his face was on the line, there's no way he's passing a butthole challenge.
I could tell he was intimidated by Joe's butthole.
He told Joe he had a loose butthole, though. That's why I lost faith in Trumpster Bob. Generic Maurice says, so there are only 3 men in one half of my family. So if I fuck a dude, I can still get into heaven if my quick maths are right. I mean, that's assuming that they take it based on a nuclear family level.
I remember when I was in 2nd grade, there was this, this is a story which will haunt me for the rest of my life, okay? And I'm amazed that I'm even telling the story. When I was in 2nd grade, I was 7 years old, and I was a great student because I wanted to do the right thing. I wanted to follow the rules. I loved rules, and I wanted to be a good kid. I loved rules. And so I was very uptight, and I was very, rule follower, and did my homework and everything. And this is when things started to go off the rails. This is when I got cynical, when I was 7 years old. And so they're passing out the homework assignment. And the way that they pass out the homework assignment, the teacher, Mrs. DeMartelar, she's passing out the homework assignment. And the way that they would do it is the desks are arranged in a grid, okay? And so she would go at the front of the room and pass a stack of papers to the first desk in a column in the grid, and then that person would turn around and pass it back and so on, and they would pass it down the line. Now, the reason why I'm explaining the arrangement is because the people in the back of the room, it's contingent on every student in front of them to get the paper, for the student in the back of the room to get the paper, okay? So they're handing out the homework assignment, and, they pass it back. And this girl, Omni, was sick. And she was maybe 2 people in front of me. She wasn't there. So nobody passed the homework assignment back to me. So I never...
Is this just like sour grapes? No one liked me in school? Like what?
Never got the assignment. Now, earlier in the year, the teacher said, so flashback. Earlier in the year, the teacher said, if you don't do your homework, don't even bother giving me an explanation. Don't even bother giving me an excuse. My dog ate my homework because I'm not going to believe it. You didn't do your homework. You can't play during recess. Okay? So with these 2 pieces of information, the following day, people are saying, what kind of name is Omni? I don't know. She was either Mexican or Middle Eastern. I don't know. Anyway. She was some foreigner.
I like Nick's construction worker from the Village People mustache.
So then the next day, she goes, okay, passing your homework assignment. And I'm like, oh, shit, I didn't do my homework. And then it dawned on me, I said, wait a minute, she wasn't there that day. I never got it. And so I go, Mrs. Martler, I didn't do my homework. And so everybody lines up to go outside for recess, and the people that had to sit out because they didn't do their homework are in a separate line. It's like me and 3 other people. And she berates us in front of the whole class.
Oh
and
my
she goes,
fucking God. I can't take this right now.
She berates us in front of the entire class.
you know, just out of curiosity, why did you do your homework? Like, why? Like, just explain it to me. And and I said, well, you know, I would tell you, but you wouldn't believe me anyway, so I'm not even going to say why I didn't do my homework. And then she holds me back with everybody else and gives me this whole, you know, you're being a smart aleck and you didn't do your homework and you know, being smart with me and blah, blah, blah. And I never even got to explain my side of the story. Anyway, how do we get on that subject? How do we get on that?
We don't know, Nick. You said you were so fucking embarrassed, and I was waiting for the embarrassing thing, and it's you harping about when you were in second grade because Omni was sick, you didn't get your homework passed to you, and that was your embarrassing moment. This is the story of Nick Fuentes. He's held up on little meaningless fucking life problems that other people would have gotten over the second they happened, and now he wants to blame the rest of the world for his unhappiness. Because you fucking didn't get some homework passed to you? You know what it was?
Remember his upside down hamburger?
Omni, if you guys don't know this, Omni was the Jewish media keeping Nick Fuentes from getting a homework. And that's what he would like you to think. He blames everybody fucking else for little shit that he should have gotten over and fixed. You don't get your homework passed to you? They're passing out homework? You don't get one? You say, oh, I didn't get one. They're passing it out. Life gives you lemons sometimes. And you're the one over here with a lemon pucker blaming everybody else that lemons are sour.
But oh yeah, and I'm like, you know what? No, you're not going to make me feel bad. So what? I didn't do my homework. And then over time, I was like, you know what? This whole thing is stupid. Like this whole thing is dumb. I don't need to be learning this. This is silly. This is a waste of time. And, you know, sort of like a rebel. Yeah, from like 4th grade on, I just turned into this like rebel. Even my mom the other day, I was talking to my mom the other day and she was like,
Mom.
She said, like, I'm sort of afraid of you. She's like, you know, because...
Oh. Wow, that's a crazy
ever since, like, you were 10 or 9 or 10, like, I realized I couldn't control you because you would just do whatever you wanted, and I knew there was nothing I could say. I could ground you and stuff, but, I mean, you were just out of control. And I was like, hell yeah, that's right. Yeah, you can't control me.
And now you're a man brat.
She's like, you're unpredictable, and I just
nobody
knew that,
takes seriously.
I couldn't convince you of anything, and blah, blah, blah.
Yes, bitch.
Yeah, so I survived.
Sorry.
I survived. I was a boy, and I became a man. I was a real boy, and I became a real man, you know? I was not controlled. They didn't make me feel guilty. They didn't moralize me. They didn't conquer my spirit with their moralizing. I said, no, I'm not doing my homework.
Then don't do it. Like the public school,
I'm gonna eat only Big Macs for the rest of my life.
Elementary school is not going to make or break you. College is not going to make or break you. Anything in the system is not going to make or break you. You have to fucking either evolve outside of it or learn to fit in its constraints.
By the way, we have 7 minutes till New Year's Eastern time.
7 minutes in heaven.
Ohio State is winning 41-35. This is a fucking nail-biter game with 2 minutes and 43 seconds left, too. Like,
it says 39 seconds on this TV.
It's wrong.
Damn.
Yeah,
Ohio's winning?
Ohio is winning, yes. Hold on. Let me...
How'd that 39 go from 39 to 243?
It was a malfunction in the stream. This is the current shit right there.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's getting heated. You see them like they're fighting like on the fucking field and shit.
Dude, they're pissed.
Yeah.
They're saying that it's, I think the other one was updated, Ben. Everybody else is saying it's 42-41 Georgia right now with 39 seconds left.
Oh, God.
So you're watching a better time. The future sucks, Ben. The future sucks.
It sucks for me.
You were better off. Just pause it now. Live in this moment, Ben. Don't let go of this moment, Ben. Pause it. Everybody, we're going back in time. We've got to go back in time, ladies and gentlemen.
Gotta get back in time.
I eat them every night. I eat them with barbecue sauce. And I flew to the moon
Cracked him across the ass with a wooden spoon for not
last night with a witch. And I took DMT with Easter bunnies.
Your mom
Now,
sucks.
that's an example of being crazy. I mean, this is art. And I'm not saying what I do politically is art, but everything is an art form. Oh, yeah, one more. 17, 76. More, fan it up.
It's in his fucking eye. You poured Jameson in Alex Jones' eye. This is great.
Yeah, that's all we have.
Is that from the other one, or is that a new one?
The Canadian people tried to force me to have sex with men when I don't want to. They tried to force me to be gay. They spread a rumor that I was gay. I remember when I first...
You know, I gotta tell you guys at home, a lot of you might be watching and not know this. If anybody spreads a rumor about you, you don't have to make it come true. All right? Like, just because somebody spreads a rumor that you're gay, you're not obligated to become gay so it becomes fact. That's not the law.
Got to Toronto from Vancouver. I asked a woman, I worked for Global Aerospace, and there was a woman in the building I thought was attractive, and I asked her out.
This guy was a background character in the original Degrassi series from the 80s. He did not age well.
And I didn't end up going out with her. And then there was another woman in the building that I also found was attractive, and I asked her out too.
I asked her
I didn't end up going out
too.
with her either. I got her contact details, but anyway, I came down for a cigarette, and I saw that the two women were both there, and I thought, oh, this could be awkward if it comes up in conversation and I ask them both out. I'll just go have a cigarette on the other side of the parking lot. And as I'm walking away, I hear one woman say to the other woman, you know, he's gay. And the first woman said, really? He asked me out. And then the first woman said, he asked me out too. And I was just like...
Should we... How
Did
long is
he
this
not
video?
ask them out?
How long is this video?
Why?
Because we're about 2 to 3 minutes away from the ball dropping. Should we start the ball on screen so that we can watch it drop real time? Don't want to miss New Year's Eve just because this gentleman is being gay-opped by 2 cigarette-smoking potential suitors. This is
All right.
Canadian Bob, a.k.a. C-Bob. Who put the bob in the bobsy bob?
Who was that man? I'd like to shake his hand.
He made my baby fall in love with me. Yeah.
I guess.
He's meth mall
Who put
Santa.
the bop in the bob shabop shabop? Who put the rab in the ramalama ding dong? I don't know who this is singing here.
Chelsea Cutler. She looks warm.
Dude.
New Year's Eve brought to you by Sephora. Live from New York City. Bubbly. I love the advertisements in Times Square. It's a constant reminder that we're all bought and paid for. Me and Jared Genesis believe in one
Dude,
thing.
it's going to come down to a field goal.
Is it 41-41 right now?
No, this is wrong.
Okay, good.
I'm watching it live right now.
Good.
It's going to be, it's 4th and 11 at the 32. It's going to be a 32-yard field goal. Well, it's going to be more than that. 42-yard field goal. Dude, this is going to be
Do we see the glasses for 2023 anywhere? I'm always interested in seeing the design of the glasses. Never prepared for how twisted those glasses get to work. I see a lot of these Planet Fitness hats. Did this the year they finally couldn't make the year work? They got their hands on the balls. They dropping the ball? Did they lose before or after the new year?
I think they lost like right on it.
Well, we can look back. Rosera at home says, I'm so desperate for human interaction. I actually did that back, Billy. Well, I'm glad I could be your New Year's Eve kiss, and everybody else who kissed back. I'm glad I could be your New Year's Eve. Joe lost $500. Joe is pissed.
Did he really do that,
mute
though?
this. We're getting copyrighted music. Gotta mute this.
All right.
Gotta mute this.
Fine.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Whatever.
get your New Year's donations in. Get your New Year's donations, because this show is not going much longer. This show is on the off the
There's
fucking
no
rails.
way he actually lost $500.
This show is off the rails. I have to go home and console Joe. You know what, Joe? I got something to tell you, Joe. I made sure to go back with your stub that you left on the desk in your room. I took your betting stub, Joe, and I returned the fucking money. I got your $500 back, Joe. I got your $500 back because I knew this would happen. I had no faith. But Joe, this is 2023 for us, my friend, my good buddy. There's more in 2023 where this came from, Joe.
Or do I have to be naked, Billy? Do what you're told.
Here's it. No. All right. Hold on. All right. Cool. All right. Here we are.
Ladies and gentlemen, we need tip trains coming in right now. This show's not going to be much longer tonight.
I hate how fucking Georgia won.
Yeah. Fuck Georgia, unless you're Hannibal, who's very happy right now. Very happy. While we were gone, we got a tip. First tip of 2023 from Bass Player 13. It's the first dono of 2023. Get the tip train rolling. Chugga chugga poop poot. Chugga chugga poop poot. Thank you very much.
I like that. Chugga chugga poot poot.
Chugga chugga poot poot. Georgia are the champions.
They still got to get through TCU.
Is that who beat Michigan?
Yeah. Texas Christian University.
Egghead says, do you want me to come on to get zapped? I don't know if we could set that up right now.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. We can make that happen. Anyone who hates Egghead that wants to see him feel pain, get it ready.
Seth Look says, why is it not going to be much longer? Well, one, I am over tonight's episode. We've done New Year's Eve. Two. The game's over. And we have...
That had nothing to do with the game. That's a weird thing.
The game is over.
The game had nothing to do with it.
The game's over.
Lost by 1 fucking point, which is crazy. And it came down to a kick, which is not a strong suit in college football. Like your kicker is not really a strong thing. Like in the NFL, they get way stronger kickers.
Sapphire says it's not New Year's yet in Washington. That's true, which means I can still go and celebrate New Year's in Washington. Seth looks says, I don't want to spend time with you anymore. No, I want to spend time with you many more times, especially next Saturday.
All right.
To do so, we got to hit that goal, and we got to do it quick because things are getting fucking dark. Seth looks, I love you so much. When you say Billy hates me, it reminds me of the time that I hated somebody, but it doesn't remind me of you, so I can't hate you.
I'm gonna send Egghead the link.
The Disinfo Warrior says, my dog's freaking out over the fireworks. I need Billy to scream really loudly.
Don't do it.
For those of you that don't want to hear this, plug your ears. Hey, you! Chill! Hey! Hey! Hey, you! Sit! Good boy. Good boy. All right. Solved all the world's problems. Generic Minority says, you want me to do some free therapy for Egghead? Yes. If Egghead, look, if you are willing to put your authority, your therapeutic authority on the line against Egghead, and he's willing to consent to having his brain picked open live on Drunken Peasants, I think we should start getting into the business of live therapy sessions. How great would that be? You know when girls were girls and men were men.
Oh my fucking
Egghead's
god!
Scrambling for the zapper.
I'm so pissed off.
Why? Oh, the game?
Yeah. By 1 point, that's like a lot. And then I was like, and I couldn't even watch it. And they're like, oh, the kick was bad. I'm like, oh, yeah, probably, you know. But it came down to that. It was very close.
Billy's therapy for Egghead probably sounds like what he just said to that dog. I mean, humans and dogs are the exact same thing.
I need Space Puppy in my life. So I'm gonna put you full screen, and Egghead will jump in. I'll be right back.
My dog only speaks Spanish. All right. All right, here we go. Perro, cállate. Cállate, perro. That's all I can do. But I hope that works. It's time. Space Girl number 5 says New Year's Space Puppy time. It's time. It's time. No warning that time? Come on. You had to have known. I set up the entire bit. You knew it was going to happen the time before. I told you it was going to happen this time by saying I was going to do it, and then I did it. Do I have to say warning every time? Like, once I get your consent, I have no value for consent. Sheesh. Simple Country. My former tag team partner sent me the 2023 glasses and DMs. This ought to be interesting. Okay. All right. They made it work. It's pretty impressive. I could see that now, right? It probably isn't that much different than 2022. Very good. Very good. Very good job. Is it your super villain philia? What is that? I don't know what that is. But I never gave you my consent. Well, I never cared. Well, this is a fuck show. Guys, we need to get donos quick because this is a fuck show. Gaga, could you stop calling right now? Ben's not fucking here. I can't answer. Thank you, Egghead. Call back when Ben's back. Thank you for your participation, my friend. I will say this at the New Year's Eve, East Coast New Year's Eve mark, we didn't just drop a ball. We dropped a cup of something. It spilled all over the keyboard. So I don't know what's going on right now, but this is a good time. This is gonna be just fine. Bustilla says, Billy, my dog speaks Arabic. Can you appease her? Yes, but we're gonna need a vest. We're gonna need a dog-sized vest. Christmas vest. Look cute as fuck, and then we're going out on the town, me and your doggo. Good times. The only Arabic I actually know is I don't know any of it, but in 2001, Magic the Gathering would release new sets, and the 2001 Magic the Gathering set that was being released in the fall quarter had this, it was a Basilisk from the Odyssey set. And the Basilisk promo card for the pre-release, they would do promo cards in other languages for the promo. And this particular card was in Arabic. And it literally debuted in September of 2001, and everybody made it a big deal about, how could you do this? How could you do this time with 9/11 and the terrorism in the world? How could you release a card in Arabic? They had no plans for this, right? Magic the Gathering just thought it'd be a cute idea. They didn't realize it was going to happen.
Sweet boy Ben Pye.
Happy New Year, Daniel Ayer. And then, almost 20 years later, Magic thinks it's okay to get creative again. They're like, guys, we survived the Arabic thing. We survived that backlash from our fans. Almost 20 years later, Magic the Gathering gets the rights to print cards with Godzilla on them. And the Godzilla card, I think it was Godzilla Death Corona was the name of the card. And it got released once again right before the coronavirus outbreak. It released in May of 2020 or March of 2020. And they printed up all these cards. Godzilla Death Corona. The title said Death Corona. And Magic got slammed again.
It's terrible.
But here's this is the three-peat, okay? Here's the worst moment that Magic the Gathering has had in public perception. And this one might actually not have been an accident. If you look in the card order of cards released in Magic the Gathering, way back at the beginning, the early 90s, the card released at number 1,488 in the card order. Card number 1488 in the card number was titled Invoke Prejudice. And it has some hooded figures on it that look strikingly like the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, no.
Card number 1488, Egghead, titled Invoke Prejudice, with some Klan-looking figures on it. This was done back in the early 90s, Egghead, and there was possibly some ties to some white nationalist behavior within the Magic community at that time, and maybe in the art department, and this one slid through under the radar. So when you look at them taking all the flack for their COVID mishap and all the flack for their 2001 9/11 Arabic promo card, they get that flack. That was unwarranted. And we go back and we realize now that they made the card number 1488 Invoke Prejudice. That's karma. Mm-hmm. That's karma. And there is a Magic card called Karma too as well.
I don't see you guys on my screen.
Uh-oh.
I'll share it with you.
Okay.
Egghead, Happy New Year.
That-
You
happy.
friendly face. You ready for some friendly fire?
Oh God. I'm scared.
Zap
I get myself-
Zap Rosedower says, technically, Billy, it was Space Godzilla Death Corona. Thank you. I knew I wasn't getting the name right, but I didn't want to bother Googling it mid sentence. Space Godzilla Death Corona. The card itself was an uncommon promo that reached heights during the controversy of, like, normally what would have been a $2 card was going for, like, I think $80. It was nuts.
Oh wow.
It was nuts.
It was. Let's hope 2023 is better than 22.
Egghead, how do you feel about
Yes.
knowing that you're the reason I always find out who died? Like, you tell everyone who died.
I
And
don't
I'm
know,
like,
just like I posted it.
why do you do that? Do you think I want to know who died constantly?
Am I really the person that tells
Yes.
you always that certain person died?
Yeah, you do it all the fucking time. You learn someone died, and you post it somewhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Like I mean, last night was
Zap yourself. Shut up.
Bar-
Zap yourself right now. I'm tired of hearing your bitch ass talk.
And then no more
Zap
free
yourself
zaps,
right
Egghead.
now, bitch. Do it. Go. 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 Oh God.
No more free zaps. Pay for Egghead to get zapped.
Yeah, pay for it. Pay for it. That was
Yeah,
a
that was
freebie,
my
bitch.
freebie.
That was your freebie. That was your anger taken out on me because of what the fuck was that kick?
I agree. And by the way, I have changed the rules for the Regal tussle, and you guys have no fucking idea. Like, we're going to treat it like the Royal Rumble.
Real Doomer hours.
Yeah.
Where everyone gets a number assigned to them to enter, and we're gonna enter in where, like, the first 8 of you are going to battle, and we're gonna give people the opportunity to join forces against other people. Yep. And it's gonna be something insane and amazing.
Did
I have an
anyone
idea
watch
for it.
Smack Diddly Down last night?
Smack Diddly Down makes me never want to watch it again.
I saw a major spoiler, but I ain't gonna say because
I'm just saying, Smack Diddly Down makes me want to kill myself in Minecraft.
No. Oh no. I bet you're
Smack
excited for next-
diddly down.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave that one just yet, Egghead. Have you ever did the smack diddly down on anything? Like, where would you apply a smack diddly down, Egghead? Sounds like something that get you put up on a poster in the post office.
Oh God.
God, doing a little smack diddly down. What? There should be no diddly in any smackdown. That's all I'm saying.
Hi diddly a neighborino.
Oh God. One can only imagine what the card's going to be for next week for AEW.
Oh yeah,
Seattle,
yeah. I'll be
Washington.
there. I have a ticket. I
You
will
said
be
you're going
there.
to like the press suite or something like that.
Someone's selling their suite tickets, so I got one up there. They're reselling it.
Nice.
But here's the thing. I have this Regal tussle totally planned out where a nobody could very well rise above everyone and get a match, a title match.
Of their choosing.
At actual Mania.
That's going to be nuts.
Yep. See, the thing is, if you start at the beginning and you make it to the next level, there's going to be a deduction on your overall winning every time.
We've gotta look at the facts here now, guys. Egghead's been on the screen for 5 minutes, and we've gotten one dono. We don't know. The business is important. We don't know what we got to tell the kids.
Yeah,
for Egghead
you're
to
right.
get shocked.
How much?
How much to shock Egghead? Are we going to shock Egghead at $650?
If you hate this young man and you would like to see his butthole plopped outward, right?
God.
I say every $5 dono, Egghead zaps himself. Look at how he gets turned on by that.
We're doing $20.23 donos to zap Egghead. $20.23 for the new year. Send $20.23 and Egghead's gonna zap. Ludimus, so close.
So close.
You know what, Egghead? You know what? Because that came in before I said the 23 cents. Give him a zap.
Okay, fine.
Give him a zap. On good faith, I think we would have got 23 cents out of that.
5,
4, 3, 2,
1.
Happy New Year! There you go. There you go, Egghead. It's nice to see your shocking return to 2023.
The hell?
We're very close to the end of the show, guys. And we're not very close to the goal, but we are 77.97% of the way to the goal.
Some people thought that this was the Quran. No, it's Norse mythology.
Egghead, why are you holding the Quran? Getting shocked?
Does this look anything like that?
He's into Nordic mythology. He's wearing Thor's hammer. I just want to point out
DJ Fix Soul getting the zapper.
that he
the
might
zap
be
hammer.
a white nationalist.
Oh,
'Cause-
go to hell.
All right, Egghead. Take 2.
1. Fuck.
He had butt sex with Vigilant Christian Mario.
Did it really freeze during the zap?
Do it again.
Like, what? Are you insane?
I was sending in the 20 as
There you
we're
go.
giving the price low.
All right, Ludimus, there you go. Give Ludimus another one because I knew Ludimus meant to get that one. So give Ludimus another one right now.
Okay, fine. Fuck. 3, 2. Fuck.
All right, now the next one has to be on your balls. Move it down to your balls now.
Oh, Ben.
Like how he said that. Leia.
It's just because is this because you're mad that
Put it on your
Ohio
balls. Shut up,
lost?
bitch. Put it on your
Fuck
balls. Tired of this shit. Every dono over 20 and above now will zap Egghead's balls to ensure he'll never reproduce.
$20.23, and I'm gonna say that we don't keep it on his balls because I don't want him sitting on the show holding his balls all night.
I want him dying.
Why? Why do you want to take your anger out on me?
Yeah. Egghead, how do you feel right now?
Well, rather than my neck, I'm fine.
Yeah, you like this sort of stuff.
It's
You
on your
suggested
balls.
it, right? You think
Yes,
this
it's
is
on the nut.
you think this is fun and festive, right?
For you guys, anything to help my friends out with their goal.
See,
No, he likes that.
sweet, kind Egghead. Thank you very much. Egghead, tell us more about your neck, your back, your pussy, and your
Someone
crack.
donate the money so he can zap himself.
Well,
I don't hate you, Egghead, but I want to help. Do a standing in your closet. Sorry, Hawkeye, we aren't
standing
doing
in
the
my
666 thing this week.
Not this week. We missed it. You gonna do it in your closet?
oh, they want me to do it in my closet. Okay, fine.
Can you take a mic in with you?
No, I can't. My microphone won't reach.
Just
that
do it
far.
here then. Just do
I'll
it
do
here.
it here. Okay.
Yeah, just do it here.
Fuck me. Okay.
Here you go.
3, 2, 1.
Now, Egghead.
Go again. Press it again.
Egghead, don't
press it again.
Don't
press it again.
Egghead,
do it.
Egghead, what you need to do now is, because earlier when I think it was Fixed Soul donated, the screen completely froze during the zap. I don't know what happened. On your honor, will you go in the closet and do one zap for us in the closet? To not just honor Fixed Soul's frozen donation, but also Seth Look's request. Good guy, Egghead. Thank you very much. Good guy, Egghead. For those of you that like Egghead, you're allowed to send $20.23 to see him get zapped too. Because Egghead's a trooper. He's putting on his pants for this. My guy, Egghead. My guy, Egghead. A real trooper. He's putting pants on for this. I don't hate you, Seth Looks. I love you.
Can you see me? No, you cannot. There. Try that.
Look at him.
Oh, look at that chunky dunk. Egghead with the slapper. Oh, God.
Plug before we open or close.
Open.
Fuck.
Fuck.
That way you can actually see it.
Yeah, just, no.
5, 4, 3, 2. Fuck.
He got a little humpy in the dumpy there.
Oh, man.
Egghead's counting, slowing everything down actually worked perfectly because it allowed the DP like and subscribe ad to disappear. It was perfect
I
timing.
want Egghead to shock his actual butthole.
Get to the goal. I don't see about it.
Oh my God!
You're gonna pucker
Egghead
up?
will shock his literal butthole if we get to the goal.
Get to the goal, and we'll get to the hole.
And
ladies and gentlemen, every $20.23 donation will get Egghead a zippy, zappy, sippy, slappy up until the goal, where we get the hole. Ooh. The 2023 Butthole Challenge is electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie, woogie. Egghead, what if all this electrocution makes you go back in time and you actually do become Trumpster Bob? And that lush beard of yours goes down the drain with your broken time-traveled brain, and you don't realize that you are Trumpster Bob from the future?
Oh, that would be horrible.
Would that be reckless? Because you and Bob have some shared features that I do believe could, like with a severe electrocution, alcohol, and aging. Hey, Space Girl number 5 wants a closet zap.
Another one.
With severe drinking and aging, you might be able to meld into Trumpster Bob. Like, you know that, right? Like, you're on... They love the closet.
Nice feature now.
They love the closet. Hey, get in that closet and give a little shocky doc.
All right.
Makes sense because T-Bob has all the voice and lung problems. Like it's just a little bit of electrocution and a whole lot of alcoholism. And Egghead could be the 5. There we go. Look at Eggy. Closet shocker. Let's go. Let's go. Honest Ritz's electrocution means he dies. Exactly. Exactly. A lot of people die and then come back from it, though. But in order to time travel, I think there has to be electrocution involved.
I never knew that this place actually existed.
I love Uranus, Missouri on historic Route 66.
I never knew this existed.
He didn't know his anus existed on Route 66.
Egghead is a Route 66 like a 69, but you're butt to butt, mouth to mouth, butt to butt. In some weird Mobius strip of buttalingus.
Why you do this, Lord? You know what? You're a devout Christian, Egghead.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud
Because
of
you're
you,
always
Egghead.
like, Lord have mercy, or like, oh Lord.
I say I can never get like I've always said this shit.
Who taught you how to say it?
I think it was either my pappy or my mom.
Oh,
I'm proud of you, Egghead, for breaking free of the chains of Christianity despite such a strong
Egghead's a
upbringing.
hardcore Christian.
I don't go to church.
Yeah, hardcore Christian
At
Egghead.
all.
Super hardcore Christian Egghead.
Netra Amorosi says, how could Egghead not know that Route 66 went through Uranus?
Wow. Only a non-Christian Egghead would know that.
I guess so.
Hellrider Industries says Egghead is awesome. Egghead is awesome. You know, Egghead messaged me this weekend, and Egghead said, "Egghead, this is what's sick, Egghead. This is what's sick." Because you were like, "Hey, I just recognized something, Billy." I'm like, "What's that, Egghead?" He's like, "I just recognized that I looked at the previous actual manias, and I'm an 8-time champion."
He is.
Yeah.
And then a little later, you're like, "Whoa, you know what? I actually looked a little further. I'm a 9-time champion."
I am.
And I'm like,
I won the
Egghead,
world championship twice.
Egghead, you're sick that this is something that you would come to me with on
Dude,
the.
I was looking through the archives.
You came through to me with this like it was very important, a very important revelation. And you know what?
I mean, if we're going through the archives and looking at stats, then yes.
If we're going through the archives,
How long growing out the beard?
Yes. How long you growing the beard out, Egghead? By the way, zap.
I mean, 2021. I had a good long length of the beard.
And you're gonna
Or I
keep
got
it going?
trimmed. Yeah, probably.
Get that zappy zap.
All right.
Do it now.
3, 2, 1.
Hey yo, New Year's egg coming through. Egghead's balls are gonna drop from all the electrocution.
It's almost midnight here in Texas.
All right, we're about to get that Smucker's Pucker Jam, huh? That's 9 months of championship. The baby will be here any day now.
Pucker Jam.
For real. But yeah, no, Egghead, the fact that you messaged me that made it important, you know? It made it important. Like, when you were messaging me, I was like, who the fuck cares? But you were like, no.
I care.
You're like, I care, motherfucker. And then it made me care because you cared. You know, that's part of your charm, Egghead. You have an infectious cringe. You know that? It's infectious. We adore your infectious cringe here at Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Anti-Jesse.
You're about to hatch a little.
He messaged you because you are the father of the championship egg baby.
It's gonna be a great little reptile.
I agree.
Bustillo says, Egghead, if you bathe in mare's milk and honey, I will pay $100. What sort of sick fetish is that?
I mean, at least I have a clean bathtub to do it in this time.
Egghead, you have an infectious cringe when you smack diddly down.
Oh my.
I like that. Smack diddly down.
Sticky says, my dono didn't read out. I saw the goal go up, but it didn't read it.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Sticky says, fried eggs, please.
How
And
much?
2023, baby. 2023. Fried eggs, please.
All right. The 5, the 4, the 3, the 2. Fuck. 1.
Thank you, Sticky, for reminding us. I definitely want to make sure Egghead gets all the shocking adoration that he deserves.
I want to make sure Egghead zaps his rectum.
You want that so much.
Tim Banks says zap all at once.
Zap your rectum, Egghead. Do it.
Now,
Yep.
I said once we hit 800.
Okay, 800.
About to go for that smucker.
Everyone
pucker.
get us to 800 so we can watch Egghead zap his butthole.
Gonna watch Egghead's jelly jam.
In pain the rest of the evening. I'm gonna need like an ice pack for my ass.
Hellrider Industries drinking Fireball and Dr. Pepper.
That's delicious.
That's a good mixture.
Yeah, that sounds very delicious.
We're currently $53.84 away from a Egghead's butthole zap. But the 2023 Electric Butthole Challenge.
Electric Butthole Boogaloo.
This might send Egghead back in time. This might be. Can you put the little zapper to 88.5 gigawatts? Is that possible?
Gigawatts would fucking kill him.
100%.
Can we get it to 88.5 gigawatts when you go up to that butthole
I think
pucker?
megawatts is what we're working with.
I want those gigawatts.
Gigawatts would kill Egghead.
I don't want Egghead to die, but I want those gigawatts.
Put me in a fucking TARDIS.
I just want I want both of the contacts from the top to the bottom of Egghead's butthole.
I can't tell if he enjoys
we
this
go.
or he just loves the show too much.
Ludimus, it's both. It's both. I promise you, it's both. Zap that little gigawatt.
Egghead, get in my DMs and you can come to Seattle whenever. And we'll have you on the show. You'll have to find a place to stay and shit, but you can come to the studio, and I'll meet up with you. We can have dinner and shit.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, we just got news. It was 1.21 gigawatts. I remember that now. Forgive me for bastardizing one of America's greatest trilogies. Zap Egghead.
I want it literally up your butt crack, touching
Egghead, for the next $20.23.
I will not settle for anything less.
For the next $20.23 dono,
I will not
Egghead.
settle for anything less.
For the next $20.23 dono, I would like you to pick your favorite arm tattoo and shock yourself on your favorite arm tattoo.
That's nothing. That's like me, like, ooh. Like,
He's
still hurt because I don't have a whole entire sleeve like you do, man.
well, that means I could do it in more painful places, though.
See, I don't just have the fuck. Does this count as a white supremacist symbol,
Yes.
man? Oh, fuck you.
I can look it up right now. You fucking...
Egghead, it's quite obvious that you're not a white supremacist.
Oh, no.
I know for a
It's
fact
not
you don't
obvious.
believe you're better than anybody. And that's what makes you so charming, dude. You're a charming little fellow.
Oh, boy. I mean, like, so far, like, these are like, this is my most recent tattoo right here.
Is that your favorite one? Could we put the shocker in the middle of that loop? Just line the shocker up. Is that a shocker? Did you get a tattoo of a shocking collar on your neck? Or on your arm? Oh my god, look at the kisses. The neck kisses. Is that a snake?
Yeah, it's the world serpent.
The world serpent. All right, put the shocker right in the middle of the world serpent circle. Next $20.23 dono. And see if that sends you back in time. Make sure it's set for 1.21 gigawatts.
You just want me to fucking just...
We're trying to throw you back in time. I think you might be Trumpster Bob. And then you gotta go back in time and fry your brain and live. We're trying to save Trumpster Bob here from not existing. There's a picture of you that's gonna...
Go back in time.
There's a picture of Trumpster Bob that's slowly fading into just a well-adjusted you. He's got to go back in time and fuck your life up to become Trumpster Bob. It's the only way. Is the puzzle piece for autism?
No, for Banjo-Kazooie.
That sounds like autism to me.
Video game.
Yeah, I think
I love that game.
I think that
That
might
sounds like heavy autism to me.
you might want to get tested. That's cute. I like that. Banjo and Kazooie. I didn't really play that too much.
Anyone that was into Banjo Kazooie or Pokemon or RuneScape or anything like that.
I never played RuneScape or anything like that.
That doesn't matter. Anything you love is positive and good. If anything brings you joy, Egghead, it's a good thing.
I mean, Christ, I've pretty much been playing God of War.
Is that why you're into the Norse mythology now? Are you becoming a war god?
That entire fucking series has got me invested in both Greek and Norse mythology.
All the mythology?
Yeah, all the mythology. Where's the donos, beachies?
Yeah, we need $20.23 to get an Omega Serpent centered arm shock. Unless someone calls differently. It's a you call it at this point. Conker's Bad Fur Day. Do you have a Conker's Bad Fur Day tattoo?
I love that game.
I never actually played it. It was
trash.
So fucked.
It was interesting though, because it was like the adult game for N64.
It was so fucked up.
I'm like, what? They have adult game for N64?
I was doing a Leisure Suit Larry playthroughs the other night.
Leisure Suit Larry and Conker's Bad Fur Day, where they come from the same company, or was that? Ben's actually dying right now.
Leisure
By the
Suit
way,
Larry was Sierra, which is headquartered right down the street from here.
Ben's dying.
Rosera says, after years of viewership, that's what breaks me. I can't stand by you anymore. You're just another one of the fans that were never real fans. Anybody who doesn't watch Drunken Peasants right now was never an actual fan to begin with. So piss off. 2023 got no room for fake fans. You're either with us now and forever till the end of time, or you were never by our side.
Listen to what he says. This man is a prophet.
Gonna make a profit. Cheers to 2023. Happy New Year's.
Exactly.
I'm drinking tea at 9:44 p.m. in the West Coast evening.
Let it all out, Ben. He's so mad. He's raging.
The pants came off too. The pants came off. The headphones are on the ground.
What the fuck just happened?
Ben,
But seriously, folks.
Ben just got comfortable.
What? What? But seriously,
I don't know
folks.
what the fuck I just saw.
I'll tell you what I see from my point of view. I'm looking at the clothes strung about on the ground. It looks like OSU got fucked in this room too. There's a trail of... There's a shame trail across this floor right now.
I scooted.
I scooted. That's the super peasant vitality right there. I'm going to go hang my penis over a porcelain ball, Egghead. I hope you get shocked while I'm gone.
Yeah, send in donos while Billy's away.
Ooh.
And now we have full screen Ben.
Shit. So, Egghead.
1 point. God damn.
Now that we're alone, Egghead.
Oh no.
Would you like me to fuck you in your butt now or later, Egghead?
Oh.
Oh, now that we're alone, Egghead, we can talk about
Maybe
the
like one of
things
your
we've
French girls,
finally waited our whole lives to talk about.
Hey there, mushrooms.
Yes. Egghead, I'm ready to make you a man.
Ready? You ready?
I'm
Hey,
ready
man,
to
hey,
make
let me a
you a
poodle.
man, Egghead. We're going to have the greatest pederasty relationship ever. Are you ready, Egghead?
I'm scared.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh no. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I'm scared.
Okay. So, you should shock your taint right now.
Right now?
Yes, just your
No,
taint. $0. Just do it.
How about I shock the butt? Or not the butt.
No,
the
the
butt.
taint. I want the taint right now. Do it, bitch.
Maybe this will get people excited again because we've been on a dry spell for.
I know. Yeah. Keep it going.
Oh, okay.
Do the tape. Do it. Hold it for 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Here we go. Do it. Here we go. Here we go. Start.
5, 4. I hate you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Motherfucker. No. Obsession by Calvin Klein.
How do your balls feel?
Like I'm never having kids.
Are you okay with that?
I want to be a father in the future, but I don't think this is gonna help much.
I think it can. Oh, God. Eggy, 2 belts. Let's see your belts, Egghead. Can we get your 2 belts? Oh, here he goes.
Poor Egghead.
Oh, no, he's a sweet boy.
Oh, I saw something.
It's cool that you got 2 belts, though, right?
I know, right? I love it. Never thought this would ever happen in my life. Now, I saw something coming. Was that a 2023?
Yep.
Okay, let me get that. We're so close. It's so far away. Fuck. Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, we're like $15 away from the goal.
You guys are so close. Oh, come on. What the fuck?
And also, in 2 months, we're bringing back Roll Call, which is going to be amazing.
Well, that's going to be something. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That one hurt a lot. Oh.
After my butthole, guys, that one really hurt a lot.
Are you? Is that mocking me?
I am mocking you, Egghead.
Of course you are.
How about you and me stand toe to toe and we like do like a pose off?
Pose off?
Yeah. You gotta take your
Would
shirt.
we have to be like in the same studio?
You gotta take your shirt and your pants off.
Oh shit! Oh no!
Oh, there we go. There you go.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Should Billy be in the room for this?
Well, he's doing his thing.
is doing his thing.
Billy's doing a new thing. You know what? You can zap yourself
Happy
to
New
the.
Year's, Ben.
Thank
Y'all
you.
need to bully Tommy C to come back on the show.
All right. Hold on. We'll do.
Oof. Oh, Billy's watching from the bathroom.
Yeah, of course he is.
Jesus Christ is
was
the one
that
who gives
if
us
Kanye were to be
new
releasing
life,
his own
and
shoes,
he's
or
doing a
if he
new
was
thing
continuing
for
to
us.
work with Adidas, then we wouldn't be purchasing shoes directly from him.
What do
'cause we don't
we?
want the
What am
revenue
I
money
hearing
to go
right
towards
now?
him.
Hold
But
on.
we
Hold
felt
on.
comfortable buying shoes from
Oh, shoes.
Yeah, I don't know where that is. Like, what I. Hold on. I'll do a different one. I want you to zap your butt every time you hear God is doing a new thing. All right?
Oh, God.
So zap yourself every fucking time you hear this.
He's doing a new thing, you know he's doing it. God is doing a new thing, you know he's doing it. Who's doing it? God is doing a new thing, you know he's doing it. Yo, who's doing it? God is doing a new thing.
You know he's doing
My
it.
God is doing a brand new thing. Well, since time began, he remains the same. Faithful, committed to his word and silent. A cornerstone unstirred. I look down through the ages and you will find God doesn't change, but he knows the time. From harp, piano, to song to rap, you know. God's with us, so I cannot lack it. So God is doing a new thing in our lives. So we're doing a new thing through Jesus Christ. Doing a new thing through our music. We're doing a new thing so he can use it. God's using this music and we're coming strong. Michael Clancy's y'all singing this song to make you think twice about the way that you live, and that you know Christ is the one who will give peace in your heart. A new start. Call on the Lord and he'll do his part. A brand new thing to your raggedy walk. He might just match it up to that big old talk. God is doing a new thing in our lives. So we're doing a new thing through Jesus Christ. God is doing a new thing through our music. We're doing a new thing so he can use it. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, yeah. Hit me. You know he's doing it. Who's doing it? God is doing a new thing. You know he's doing it. Yo, who's doing it? God is doing a new thing. You know he's doing it. God is doing a new thing. You know he's doing it, doing it. God is doing a new thing. Like an MC, I'm here to boast. I rap about Christ, yo, here's a dope. So loud and proud of the guy I serve. Try to say you with a hope. You got nerve. Christ is the reason for my gold Clancy's
Yes.
teaser.
Is that not your favorite part?
And Billy missed it. He missed it. You missed it, my friend.
Did
missed
you
me
sniff the
zapping my
zapper?
butt. You missed
Yeah,
my
and
butt.
now we're past 800, so.
Excellent.
And I zapped my butt.
Egghead, how close are we to New Year's Eve in Texas?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Are you going to celebrate your New Year's Eve live with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do U.S. Central Time New Year's.
Hell to the yeah.
Whoop, whoop. We've already made goals, so we're back next week.
Yeah, baby. Forever.
If only Billy and Egghead join Ben on becoming shirtless, then I'll be fully masked.
Goose Juice. You're going to be able to get
There we
2/3.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
But I'm going to be the one gay that gets into heaven.
Oh, I didn't do the thing for Billy also. I didn't do that part for the tattoo.
It's
for Billy. I
beginning
forgot
to
about
look a
that.
lot like cringe mess. Yes.
Right on Jormungandr. 3, 2, 1.
Nice little gander into Jormungandr.
Happy New Year's, guys. Love you all.
Love y'all. Love you too, Kavas. Cheers. Did the maths. You did the maths, generic minority?
Oh,
Nice.
sucked.
Grazie. Egghead, how you feeling there with your shirt off?
Feels nice.
All that electrocution, shirt off?
Let's do like Egghead, give me a good yeah, there we go.
Does this feel like a post-coital celebration?
Could you do like
There's nothing there but flab. There's nothing there but flab.
Like that.
Yeah. I like how your nipples are like lost in a patch of fur. They're just these puffy little pink
There's a scar underneath this patch of fur.
young scar. But the puffy pink nipples just kind of sit within the briar patch. Your
I'm a very hairy person.
your impeccable wolf tits.
Your wolf tits.
Wax Egghead live. Nice.
God.
Shall old acquaintance be forgot?
You're so good at that.
No shirt, new year. Shirts are. We're so close to the Central Time ball dropping.
I eat babies. I eat them every night. I eat them with barbecue sauce. And I flew to the moon last night with a witch. And I took DMT with Easter bunnies. Now that's an example of being crazy. I mean, this is art. And I'm not saying what I do politically is art, but everything is an art form.
I love how they're like doing bench presses and drinking Jameson.
I don't see it. 1776. More fan it up. Fucking eyes.
In his eyes, yeah, it's awful. Oh God.
Yeah, Ben's just watching it.
Oh shit.
It's a personal pleasure at this point.
Hold on,
It's a
my
side
bad.
quest.
My bad.
Alex Jones
You know what?
acting all
I am
crazy.
I am highly regarded.
Egghead took the DMT.
Let me break Egghead down and put him into a nice little box.
That turned Egghead on.
Put me in the Jeff Holodox camp.
Oh, I will break down Egghead's little box easily.
Oh my.
Egghead,
Shut
is it
up,
true?
bitch.
Is it true?
Shut up, bitch.
Is it true that you electrocuted your butthole tonight?
Egghead, you better shut your fucking whore mouth the way it should be. Unless you want me to unleash some badass shit on you, you better shut your fucking whore mouth like a good little bitch like you are. Anything you want to say, Egghead?
Oh my.
Anything you want to say? No, that's what I thought. No, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
We made the goal. That's all that counts.
Bitch, I made the goal with your little virgin butthole.
Oh,
all right?
okay.
Yeah, shut up. Shut up. And know who your daddy is, all right? Okay. I'm glad we...
1 minute. Less than a minute, probably.
Egghead.
The Canadian people tried to force me to...
Happy New Year's, Egghead. You and Canadian Egghead, and happy 2023, Egghead, in Texas time. In Texas time.
Yes.
That I was gay.
Just the four of us. Shirts off party for the three of you.
I remember when I first got to Toronto from Vancouver, I asked a woman, I worked for Global Aerospace, and there was a woman in the building I thought was attractive, and I asked her out.
Ooh.
And I didn't end up going out with her. And then there was another woman in the building that
Cyrex
I also
Bob.
found was attractive, and I asked her
Basically.
out too. And I didn't end up going out with her either. I got her contact details, but anyway, I came down for a cigarette, and I saw that the two women were both there. And I thought, oh, this could be awkward if it comes up in conversation and I ask them both out. I'll just go have a cigarette on the other side of the parking lot. And as I'm walking away, I hear one woman say to the other woman, you know, he's gay. And the first woman said, really? He asked me out. And then the first woman said, he asked me out too. And I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do now? What the fuck am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do now? I don't want to have sex with men. I want a wife and children. What the fuck am I gonna do? What the hell am I gonna do when I ask women out? I asked this woman out, I asked that woman out. I asked them all. And they're like having a conversation amongst themselves. They both know that I asked both of them out. But I'm still labeled as gay. What the fuck am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? They're trying to force me to have sex with men. They went around telling people that I was a liar, that I was a closeted homosexual. And because I lied about that, that meant I wasn't trustworthy in any realms of life.
This is Roosh
I don't
V.
want to have sex with men.
Douche gee.
I have a kitty.
What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, generic minority brings up a good point. You could marry a trans woman. That's a compromise, I think. I'm not sure how that exactly works. Maybe we're on the wrong side of history with that one. We could try.
How many of you out there would love to serve California with divorce papers, citing irreconcilable differences? Well, keep an eye on Texas.
Well, let's fantasize about impossible shit. That's the Christian way.
Might just show us how it's done. Gavin Newsom, governor of California, recently announced his plan to lavish every black citizen of California with $233,000 as damages because somewhere, way back before any of us were born, some of their relatives may have been slaves. What Newsom is doing is called vote buying, and it is a crime. Politicians used to stand by the polls and give cash to anyone who voted for them. Whoever had the most money won the election. Newsom is buying votes so that the decent people of California will never be able to vote him out of office. It is this kind of never-ending criminality that is...
You don't think that if people didn't want Gavin Newsom there, that trying to buy the black vote with $233,000 wouldn't that piss off enough of the fucking off-white Republican Orange County people to buy votes in their own way by convincing the world that this guy's just going to give all their money to the deplorables? Texas isn't that fucking blue, man. There's tons of big Republican money over there that could sway if stuff like this, if they didn't want things like this happening. It's very possible. But we'll see what happens. It's fucking California.
California, my mom. My movie.
How does California have so much money to waste on foolishness?
Waste on foolishness? What about Texas? Where do they waste all their money?
California doesn't have any money. Texas. They are so deep in debt they can't even begin to dig their way out. They have spent themselves to oblivion with decades of sinful spending orgies, lavishing money on criminals and crushing
Sounds like a good time.
California businesses with tyrannical left-wing politics. You know where California gets more money to waste on political stupidity? From Washington, D.C., which has been sending billions of our tax dollars to prop up California so that it doesn't collapse under the spending policies of corrupt politicians like Newsom.
By the way, everyone who's hanging out right here, join the Discord, the DP Discord.
Gavin is in his second term and can't be re-elected. But what's this idiot know about anything?
Not much at all, Seth
Nothing.
looks. And beyond that, it's like if you look at the blue states, they contribute more to the federal tax reserve. The red states are the one that are in fucking debt. The little teeny tiny red states that don't have enough people to count for their fucking electoral votes. He's all bullshit, which, you know, is par for the course with dumpster fucking Bill.
None of us in the other 49 states can stop the money being stolen from us by California. Because of ongoing voter fraud, We cannot vote in.
The thing is, like, these little towns wouldn't even operate without selling shit to the bigger cities. Like, it's weird how they act like we can't exist without them. Like, the city people, like, the little town people cannot exist without the city people.
They need our titties.
Yeah, honestly. Everyone, I'm gonna post this in the chat. Please join us. Join the DP Discord.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna join the voice chat tonight after tonight's stream ends. In a
Which
couple
will be
minutes
very
here.
soon.
Yep.
So you guys who want to stay up all night and play Tiddlywinks live.
There's a
in the
lot of really
Discord
good
server.
people there. I probably won't be there all night, but you can join and hang out. With a lot of really cool people.
There's a lot of really good, cool people in there, and then sometimes I'm in there too.
Keyword is sometimes.
Egghead, do you want me to beat the fucking shit out of you?
I do.
If you want to.
Oh.
You gonna gorilla
I
chest
will
on
go
me?
back. I will. That one night where I dropped the elbow on you,
That
did.
was funny.
I did drop a very good elbow on you because you didn't get hurt, and you would have killed me if
There was no murder that night.
No, it was like very. I actually took a very hard land on my own leg, like really hard.
Even though
Were you feeling it?
Yes.
Pat out
Yeah, because I took like you were on your back, and I did like was it an elbow or something?
I think it was an elbow.
And I landed on my leg first, like
you first
really
did a Hogan
hard
leg
before I
drop.
landed anywhere near you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You first did a Hogan leg drop, and then he basically.
I've done
no-sold
that
it,
too.
And then he basically everyone was calling
See,
it
the
out, and
Hogan leg drop, I kind of fake. Like, I put my one foot down when I land, you know, because I have, like, my one leg to, like, land on.
Hogan fucked up his spine.
But the
from leg
elbow, I
drops.
did not have that. But I also tried to, like, push on the ground.
Try to be like Macho Man style.
One of the greatest ever could never be like him.
Exactly.
Yep.
Only be yourself. Currently going as one of the longest. You have a good title reign as Actual Mania World Champion.
Hey, I don't want to gloat, but yes, I am amazing at Actual Mania. I would point out, yes, God, one of the longest reigns ever. What can I say?
Of all time.
Doing pretty good. You're
Huh.
doing pretty good.
There's a timeline where I get to vote in Actual Mania that has me continually still the world champion. But since I don't get a vote, obviously.
Oh, you mean with the tag champ?
With the tag team, with the world title at Actual Mania against Hannibal when I was Rob then. So there's timelines that exist in this world
There was,
where in a fair, just world, you'd have a fair, just reigning world champion.
There was one title belt that you did not want, though. That was the
Egghead.
Cruiserweight title.
Egghead, thank you for
We
joining us
We
tonight.
fought over it, Egghead.
Yeah, we did.
Everyone else,
I tried to
thank
keep
you
it
for
on you.
watching us tonight. We are going to
Go to the Discord, guys.
Yeah, go to the Discord. I will be there live if you want to ask me anything. Anything weird, Egghead will be there. And we'll all be there. See you there. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Why do I have to be naked, Billy? Do what you're told.